Monster of the Week one shot. That was a good one. And then ever since then, I was like,
Man,
wow.
I'm still getting residuals off of that. That's great.
I'll be ready in 2 minutes at 1:30.
Yeah, I really need to wash my hands, I've decided, because I keep touching dusty things, so I'm gonna be like a minute late. Even though I was here 10 minutes early, because I'm an idiot. Are you gonna start a conversation and get me back again?
I just saw a beholder screen on D&D Beyond, meaning things are a bit fucky right now. So I am going to make a note of what my current gold is, because that's happened before. Like I went to either add or subtract gold, and then I wasn't sure if it went in. I got 740. 740. I'm gonna write that down. Oh, anyways, Hog. I was looking at some of my characters that are they're just in the Calamity campaign.
Yeah.
And it looks like stuff isn't available. Like I was looking at feats, and well, let me see if it's still like that first before I actually go onto this point. Up with this guy.
My guess is that there's some jank going on because I've not like lost any books.
Yeah, so like when I look at managed feats on my cleric, he's just in the Calamity campaign. I only see the ones we've added and the ones that were already on it. Because I do remember going, because I'd never played this guy, and I had done work on it since then. Like just messing around with it. So yeah, I only see like your piety stuff or the UA feats we added or Warcaster, which I already had on. So maybe it's because it's an inactive campaign. Is that something you even mark down on D&D Beyond?
Maybe. Who is Zeramon? The Zeramon character not ready.
I hope that's not me. I don't think it's me.
It says Zeramon character not ready.
Where? D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
Is that in one of our campaigns?
Alright, I increasingly hope that's not me.
Yeah.
Zeramon.
Alright, I'm here.
No race selected, no class selected, but they got the name.
What's the name?
Zeramon. Character not ready.
Oh, that's too bad. I was looking forward to playing with Zeramon.
Who's Zeramon?
It's a new guy. But they're not ready this week.
Guys, levitate is so much better than I thought it was. Like I'd always like kind of dismissed it as being a useless kind of fly. Yeah, you just go up and you cast it on someone and they automatically float up 20 feet and then can't move themselves.
I was just talking to somebody about how levitate is really annoying in WoW, so that's two groups now. That hate levitate or love it.
Okay, I will be starting.
Annoying? Isn't it a
the recap in 5, 4, 3, 2. I knew everything that would go through the sprawl, which was a lot. Finding my powers are waiting more and more. Viewer is the new Vox Populi.
Listen, I would give you the sappy explanation that these, I both know the preacher is kind of a pain in the ass. He disrupts business. Cultists ain't no good for anybody. Is there anything else you'll need from us in the future to help you support your rise back to power? We can make that sort of trade.
Ha! You'll never hit me. Ha! That doesn't hit.
14 to hit?
That doesn't
All right.
hit.
Second attack?
Why do you have 2 attacks?
Extra attack. Natural 20! Tell your friends not to fuck with us.
I'll try. you
better do it. You better fucking do it or we're gonna chase you down.
I just pay no mind to it whatsoever. One Mafia person recognizes you, and as they're about to walk up to you, you see the elf. She is a dark-skinned elf woman and she punches this guy and knocks him out instantly. Then sits down. For some reason, the Baron's stopping at a church. What the hell's going on? Passively, you hear this, Vonari.
Oh,
What do we know about the Baron?
You've heard about him just very recently. His name is Reginald Alexander.
And he is someone that Irene knows. So I guess, are we doing 2 of these preacher people at once? 2 of the vessels, I guess.
well,
The idea
not
is
everyone.
we're
less-
investigating to decide who we should actually tackle.
This guy, as he's walking through the forest, you are able to like go on the canopy of the trees and approach him as he's like stepping out of this portal with all these creatures. They're like whispering things in his ears, and he kind of like pulls back some branches, and you can see about 600 Cap Cree Harmony Patrol soldiers and some Cap Cree battle mechs. Oh, the Warforged, that is a guy who goes by the name of Thim. He's a bit of a boring sort. Makes me kind of want to cry sometimes.
I suspect you had a deal. Yeah, I suspect you had a deal with them to get these troops.
Oh yes, we work together all the time. Although to be honest, I don't exactly like him. He's a bit of a, how you say? Well, it has to do with his aspect, right? He's probably the most annoying vessel to deal with. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just rambling on and on and on.
No, it's okay. Explain. Aspect.
Yes, aspect. All the vessels have an aspect. And his makes people cry.
How are we going to signal that like this is a distraction and I shouldn't be like going in because there's a plan or something? Cal's very brave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're
I'll
within
be
50 feet of me, I will tell you that I'm about to start blowing things up. Get ready to run.
Those of you running are able to get away. You guys all split out of the park. You're breathing heavily. Vonari, you almost saw this thing. Okay, everyone but Cal's breathing heavily.
Whew, that was energizing.
And we are live. Everyone?
Good morning.
You've met up in the Sears Forest. You've just finished a long sprint. As far as you can tell, you are not being chased, but it's, again, pretty hard to tell.
You know, I didn't realize that Warforged have to catch their breath.
I just want to make everyone else feel more comfortable. Kind of match mannerisms. Yeah, I just stand up and I'm perfectly fine. You know, group bonding kind of thing.
I'll change my face and then go meet up with them.
Yeah, Isaac didn't run immediately, but also wasn't really being kept there. Just kind of walked away when it all went down. Okay, Isaac, how do you find them? Point of order.
I'm me. Of course I can find them.
Okay, go ahead and roll survival then.
Okay. Oh, I have to open my character sheet. That's why I can't see the number. $15.
15. Yeah, you are able to find them. They weren't exactly hiding their tracks especially well. Forest is not one of your favorite terrains, right, Cal? You're not a forester. Is that correct?
I believe that it is the case. I will go and review.
Okay, because otherwise there would be a real problem here. A real issue.
Oh.
Okay, no.
Is my pass without? Wait, I didn't use pass without trace again. I remember now. Yeah. I do not believe it's the case.
Hey, your environment is coast.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Otherwise, it would have been literally impossible for you to find the group.
It doesn't specify anything about being tracked, I think.
Is that addition confusion here? Oh yeah, it is addition confusion. That's a Pathfinder thing. Well, that's fine.
Yeah,
you
it
are
turns
still
out
able to
for
find
two
them.
reasons, doesn't matter.
So are you back to normal?
Yeah, I've got a different face on. I don't know if there really is a normal that counts for Isaac, but
Well, there's Isaac, and then there's the guild face. Those are the
no, I'll just be like a random elf. I'm like a short elf with glasses.
All right, the rest of you see a random short elf with glasses appears. What do you do?
Is he wearing the same clothes?
Yeah, it would have to be the same clothes, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't I rip them up?
I think at this point we've kind of figured out how it worked. So
Yeah.
I think we can assume that's Isaac.
Hail, traveler.
Oh, we're doing code words now. That's exciting.
All right, it's him.
The rooster dies
So-
under the tree.
That happened. The first place we check, we stumble into more than we were searching for. Those. I've had a thought. Those Harmony Patrol are going to be an issue. Those numbers are far more than we can handle. I'd like to get my hands on one of them. See how they work. Maybe find a way to shut them down en masse. So, I don't know if that's something we should plan for actively or just passively try to get one while we're working. But I think that would be a good idea. Otherwise, there's no winning against 200 opponents. Fim. Yeah. And probably gonna. And they might reposition now that we've kind of blown our cover again. Who was that satyr? What did he say to you guys?
He talked about aspects. So each of the preacher's men are an aspect of something, and it gives them a specific type of power.
Did he say what the aspects were?
I believe he did. 1 second. I'm gonna open up
It
my
was just
notes.
in the recap.
And
It was.
on this note, I would like you to make a wisdom check, Vonari.
Jess, it was in the recap. It makes people afraid of him.
Just to check. This is just
cool,
a
thanks.
memory type of thing because your character is very wise and would remember stuff like this. 18. You recall very early on in the campaign when you first met with the preacher that he had some sort of strange light inside of him.
What is an aspect? An aspect of what? It's just a. Did he?
If only you had the keen mind feat.
I think he straight up said what, like 3 of their aspects. I don't know if I wrote it down. I'm trying to find it.
I'm gonna make a battle master with keen mind tonight.
Feels good.
Battle mustard. Now that's something different. You don't hear that every day.
Mustard for battle.
It's just a special type of healing potion.
But what was that satyr dude's deal? Was he giving Fim Harmony Patrol constructs?
I think it's the other way around. I think Fim was
the other
giving
way around?
him army control construct. I believe so. We saw Fim with them first. Also, they seem to have some sort of arrangement. I suspect Fim doesn't really hail from the Feyland, so I think he helped Fim get to the Fey for some reason in exchange for troops to take over Arendelle. That is the satyr's end goal.
To take over Arendelle.
Yes.
Where is that? Yes, the turn order was covering that name. All right. Why Arendelle?
It's a good
It's near
question.
Upper Crown. Are there enough lieutenants to do that? That'd be a lot of lieutenants.
Maybe. Well,
Pog, what's in Arendelle? What is Arendelle known for, other than druids? Capcree. When Capcree's expand, Nipris is expanding.
As you guys are thinking about this, you encounter someone who's jogging through the park normally.
oh shit, is he like jumping and jogging? Like he?
Not just like a regular jog. They're just going through the park.
Hmm. That and we should also see if he saw anything in the days prior. Excuse me, sir. Or
Hi,
ma'am.
hello. Hi, hi,
Hello. I
hi.
am with the stone wall. Could I please stop you and ask you a couple of questions?
Oh, am I in trouble?
No.
Oh, that's good. Okay. You see, like this little halfling guy. He's like so confused.
Um,
What does the stone wall want with me?
how often do you jog in these parts?
You know, like the normal amount.
I mean, is it like a daily thing?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you
Have you
seen
seen?
anything on your jogs?
Like twice a week. No, it's just trees.
Okay. Don't go very deep into the woods. I'm gonna explain like the direction we came from. I guess that'd probably be like a survival roll. I'm trying to tell him not to go in that direction.
Not really. I mean, you kind of know what direction you came from, right? Like
Is-
that's
Is
Fair.
is he on like a path? Are we like on a path now that people would jog on?
not really. No, this is a little
Okay, so
unorthodox.
it's really just kind of through woods. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was gonna say
Also-
it's unlikely. If there's a path, you probably wouldn't find him anyways. But if there's no path,
Yeah.
mean-
I mean, he. Yeah. True.
for all we know, the satyr guy's gone. Yeah, I mean, when you open him up with, "Hey, I'm a cop," you know, I want to talk. You know, maybe next time just say, "Hey, what's up? You seeing anything weird around here?"
If
You
you
know,
had
I've
nothing
learned-
to hide.
I've learned that this kind of casual language just is a good social lubricant here. You know, it's just like, "Hey, buddy, what's up? What's the dealio?" How's
Am
it
I being
hanging?
detained?
No, you aren't. Can I roll an insight real quick? Does he suspect he should be detained for something? He hiding something?
Go ahead. This guy, as afraid as he is also very perceptive. Like he's taking in a lot of information right now.
Probably get out of here. Oh God, hold on. I think I know what's going on here, but do I have anything that can help? I'll cast. I have to cast Detect Magic, just as a spell, so 6 seconds.
You're casting Detect Magic. Are you ritually
Yeah.
casting it, or are you just full on?
No, as I'm using a slot.
Okay. This guy has some magic in his pocket.
and he's a halfling with magic in his pocket. Is
got-
there
It's
a
a
ring
ring.
in there?
Plot twist.
Okay. What? I was wondering if like he had like an illusion effect on him, but what school of magic? Because I get that.
It's evocation.
Oh, that's a recording device. Sir, is there any reason you're recording this conversation?
Huh? What? What are you talking about?
Can I insight him?
You have a
Okay, go ahead, Vonari.
evocation. Yeah, like sending's evocation, so that makes sense.
This guy is a little shifty all of a sudden now that this has been brought up. But it could also just be because like the cops are grilling him. You're not able to really see anything more than he's suddenly become defensive. Like I can just leave the forest if you guys want.
Officer
I can-
W, is there any reason I should turn their pockets?
We can ask him. You know, I'm picking up some magic in your pocket. Can I just see it?
Okay. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out his wallet. You can still see the magic aura is in the other pocket.
Not your other pocket, sir. I can see it clearly.
Okay. Happy, I'm going to give you a perception check for this.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, Happy, this guy flexes on you. He pulls out something in his pocket, and he's got basically like a 2-pocket setup. So he like shifts something out of the pocket at the same time as he pulls like a fake object out. And to anyone else, they would think, yeah, he just took everything out of his pockets. They wouldn't think there's 2 pockets and he like palmed one thing and moved it to another. But Wielder, of course, you see this whole thing going down because you're looking directly at the magic outline.
Yeah. Sir, I can see the magic. You know, all Warforged can do that with our eyes. I can see the magic.
How
Beans!
Is
how far away from us is the halfling?
He is like fairly far. He's keeping his distance. He's about like 40 feet away. You see him, you've stopped him.
Hmm.
You can approach if you'd like, but he wants to get away.
Is there a reason you don't want us to see what's in your pocket?
I
mean-
have a right to an attorney, and you have no right to detain or search me. I'd like to see a warrant.
He's right.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Wheeler would go with that, you know. Like, even if it's not, Wheeler realizes he's being kind of a dick right now. So
It seems legit, Vonari. Like, this guy seems like he knows what he's talking
too
about.
hard.
As your secretary/lawyer, I can tell you that it's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. So go ahead.
Not gonna help.
Okay, I'd like to see all of your badges as part of the Stonewall, please.
I start
Nah, I don't
walking
think
toward them,
so.
like putting my hand in my pocket and riffling around for my, ostensibly for my baggage, but like walking toward them.
Hey,
Okay,
Pog, is it one party or 2-party consent in the slate pool? Do I know that?
I don't know if you would, but at this point, the guy's like, that's as close as you can get, and you got it. You hit the head right on the nail. I am recording, so if you do anything to me, your ass is grass, mister.
Slate pool has 2-party consent.
Why are you
that
recording?
is not admissible in court.
You're just. I'm not picking up any illusion off of him, am I?
Stone dragon, stone dragon, stone dragon, stone dragon.
That's a code word. Oh, it's a code word. He's calling for backup. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. Look, sir, you're clearly suspicious here. Hold on. We don't have any authority here, do we? We have none, right?
Well, you heard, Officer I.
I'm asking this out of character.
I don't
Wait,
think
wait,
so.
do we-
The stone
do
wall
we-
has if they are given like a task or something, they have a lot of freedom. You guys don't really have a task. Like there's no reason for you to be here. There's no documentation saying you're in the forest. So right now you
We're
guys
out
are
of our
basically
jurisdiction.
you're off the
Also-
books right now with
Also,
this.
guy didn't do anything wrong, to be honest. He was just walking, and we told him to stop, and he has a recording thing
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
He is illegally
True.
recording us, however.
Thank you for the reminder on the laws, Elvin boy. And then I'm gonna turn to the halfling. You heard him. This is illegal. Cough up the recording device.
No, it's not. And actually, my partners are going to come pick me up. So
Who are your partners?
I don't have to
I
say
think we should get
anything
out
to
of
you. I won't speak until I have my lawyer present.
Your partners will do nothing.
So we're either going to take the thing from this guy by force, or we're going to leave. I think those are
We should
our
probably
two
just-
avenues right now. I'm saying this out loud,
Hmm.
and I don't really feel like I don't really feel like attacking this guy.
Isaac just said that. Like, this is
Yeah, I don't know
not
if it's
based
true or
on.
not.
Like, oh, I'm not going to talk to anyone except for my lawyer. Hi, it's your lawyer here. Hello, you can talk to me.
I'd like to know something about.
Can I look around and see if anyone's coming this way? Can I spot his backup?
Off passive perception, there's not a lot of backup that you can hear immediately. Like right now, this guy's alone.
All right, I don't think I'm beating anything that is. Okay. Happy believes the two-party consent thing. I'm gonna try to arrest this guy.
We gotta stop. You gotta stop
So-
leading us as cops. I think it's
So I,
causing more problems than it's solving.
So I wanted to know about stealth checks. If there's and like hiding in plain sight. I was wondering if there's a way that I can get one of my party members to get around them by like putting myself between me and the target, and then like going toward a tree. I don't know if that's at all feasible.
Yeah, I think we need to stop bothering this guy. I think we should leave. I think we
All right.
we
I
know
think we
he's
do
up to
stuff like-
something, but we can't do anything about it, and we're only going to make matters worse if we press it. I think
I
we
know in
should go.
Pathfinder you could do that stuff, Cal, because you could do you create a distraction with deception. I don't know about 5e.
I don't see why not if you have the ability. I'm going to give any stealth check disadvantage if you're trying to do that, though.
I was
Because
gonna
literally,
actually pass without trace, and then try to get Happy to get around them or something. Maybe Isaac.
I think we need to stop.
pass without
accosting
trace
this
is
guy.
very, very noticeable, right? Like if you start casting the spell.
Well, I mean, it's a second level spell. We already cast Detect Magic, so I figured
Sure.
magic isn't off the table here.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry, I was testing my mic was working.
Like they didn't run for the first spell, so
I think we need to stop accosting this guy. I think
What do you mean,
we're heading down a path that's going to lead to some
repercussions for us and no benefits.
repercussions, and I see people actively working towards that, and I think we should avoid that. I think we should get out of here. But I want to take note of his face. Can you describe this guy? He's a halfling.
Yeah, he's a
Kinda
halfling guy. He looks like he looks very sort of like middle-aged, midlife crisis. Like I'm finding a new me, like naive kind of guy. I've worked one job all my life, and now I want to try something new, right? Like that's just kind of the impression that he gave off. As soon as the heat came on him, he shifted entirely in his expression. At this point now, he's very flighty and panicky, but he also has like the sense of composure to him. So his mannerism flipped entirely. He's a short guy, but he's actually fairly well muscled and everything. Like he's in shape, and he has like sandy blonde hair.
Are we allowed any privileges as Stonewall to ask like, what is your place of residence? What is your name?
I get.
I don't think.
You can always ask that. You have authority if you're given permission to by anyone, which you don't have right now.
Which we don't have. All right. We're not acting on the stonewall.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think we've kind of made our first impression with this guy, and I don't think it's worth it going any further. We know his face. We know that there's some kind of listening device.
Here's my last ditch. I can speak with animals and ask a mouse to follow them, and beast sense, so I can watch through the mouse's eyes.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
All right. We're sorry for disturbing you, sir. We have no reason to accost you like this.
Just
so you can tell your friends that are listening in that you're fine. We're gonna go.
Be careful in these forests, though,
But-
citizen.
Yeah. As I say that, I say, but I know your face now. I know what you look like.
3 Harmony patrol guys come out of the bushes
Yeah.
at this point, and one of them puts a hand on this guy's shoulder.
Salutations.
It's hard to tell with the visor up like this.
Anything coming off of detect magic in regards to that?
These
Would they-
people have some magic on them, but they themselves are not magic.
It's probably their spell capsules.
Would I know that if constructs put off magic? Like, do I get anything off of Defender when I cast it?
Yeah, you would. You would.
Okay. So these are not constructs then. All right. All right.
Excuse me, officers.
Oh,
Hello.
Is
we were just leaving.
well,
All of this is classified information, and you accosted our agents, so we want nothing more to do with you. We will go our
Well, you
separate
could-
ways.
you could speak to me as one officer.
Yep.
You could,
I put my hand on Happy and kind of turn her around and like we were just going, and I'm gonna shepherd her away. Yeah,
I mean,
we're just out here for a picnic.
You're
Well-
not gonna just randomly attack us, guys. It's all right.
Well,
yeah, I know. I just don't want us to talk ourselves into a hole any further.
Can I at least
No.
see you?
Yeah.
This guy, like, as soon as you guys are like not leaving, he says, "You know, you've really just put back the defense of Slaypool about 2 years with this. So go ahead and
Whoa,
tell
I don't know.
Sovereign about that."
Is this really a sting operation? Are they actually
Wait,
trying to
if-
like stop the satyr? That's what they're saying. They're saying they're trying to stop the satyr, and we fucked it up. Can I roll an insight on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, rip. Okay, never mind.
This guy
I'm gonna roll
is
higher than a
very
10.
confident.
All right,
he's-
officer. Sorry for bothering you. Good day. I'm gonna turn around and walk away.
That's why they're in last place. You hear the guy say to the comrades as they walk out. They're very upset about this.
Are they still heading towards the center of the forest?
No, they're leaving.
Okay. I'm gonna say to Happy as we're leaving. Officer, I told you not to call me little elven boy anymore. You gotta use my code word now that I'm in the police. You gotta call me Raven. It's so cool. I'm just trying to convince them that I'm really this idiot lawyer guy.
Happy.
He's just gonna nod.
Listen, I love the plucky can-do attitude that you bring to this party. I think it's wonderful. But maybe sometimes, don't lead with the whole cop thing.
I mean, it's what we are, though. I mean, there's protocol,
yeah,
right?
but no, I don't. Not really. There really isn't that much protocol. I mean, I don't want to tell you to not do your thing because it works. It works so well. But Doesn't have to be on all the time.
Happy just gonna look down and just take the badge off and pocket it. All right.
All right, you did good. You did good. All right, so yeah,
I mean, we took down a capo, guys.
you're like you're like the new recruit in any cop show that's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and in your case, literally.
It's gonna end tragic too. It's gonna be like
Yeah.
Murphy and Robo. It's gonna be like Murphy and RoboCop. It's just gonna
Yeah,
be really bad.
He's gonna die at the end of season 1 to make it more compelling there.
All right, are you guys going in the forest or are you leaving?
Oh, we are leaving.
We're
Right,
leaving.
So
Running the plan
I
again.
think-
Do I want to run the mouse
yeah.
after them? I don't know if we care about the mouse.
That's a cool idea. I think. I'd be down
I
for
think we've
that,
alerted
but-
too many parties that this area isn't safe at the moment. I think we need to skedaddle.
I'm not too Happy's not too confident in her stealth after what the satyr basically just like picked them apart from the bushes. So
Yeah. Yeah, there's too much heat on this location.
we could try the animal thing though. That's a really good idea, I think.
Any votes against?
Yeah, I think that's
All right. Sounds like half the party wants the mouse, so I'm using my.
yeah, I think it's a good idea.
I'm doing the mouse thing. Can I find a mouse, Pog?
Yeah, you can find a mouse.
All right. I'm gonna bribe them with some of my rations.
No, you find a chipmunk.
Oh, a chipmunk? Okay. Right, chipmunk. Man, that's cool.
Man, I was really pro mouse.
Sorry, it's a chipmunk.
Are chipmunks like arboreal? Do they like jump from branches? Or I don't know if I've ever seen a chipmunk. I'm used to squirrels.
That's true.
Chipmunks
That's
climb trees.
Yeah, I was kind of not sure about the mouse plan, but I figured there were a lot of mice. But if I find a chipmunk, I'm into it. Okay, so I'm gonna ask Wielder to help me describe in chipmunkese how the halfling looks. Do I have anything?
I don't speak.
I
speak
temporarily
chipmunkese.
speak chipmunkies, but you were the one that got the good look, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, do I have any way to, like, say this is what they smell like, or like this is where they just were, like this is how you pick up the trail, or how far away do I find this chipmunk?
You find the chipmunk fairly easily. It's just on a tree nearby. You're looking around for an animal, and there's a chipmunk on a tree.
I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I go and offer them some sort of like trinket that chipmunks would like. I don't know if they're like magpies and they like shiny things as well as food, but mostly food. If they want to share where their house is, where they like to sleep or whatever, I'll be like, yeah, I'll bring some more by tonight. But if you watch this guy for the next hour, you'll get a double portion of what I'm going to bring by. How does that sound, my friend?
What does a chipmunk sound like?
This is maybe where you start like downloading random animal sounds and like trying to figure out how to get them in the jukebox.
It's a perfect chipmunk sound. What are you talking about? You've just said that you've never seen a chipmunk, and now you're doubting me.
I've heard of chipmunk. They're really good singers.
Yeah, okay. Very funny, guys. You make fun of this chipmunk and his livelihood. The chipmunk nods, takes the insult that you do, making fun of him, comparing him to Alvin and the other chipmunks.
Alvin's cool though.
If this doesn't appeal to you, I'm sure I can find someone who.
The chipmunk agrees to do it. You know, you've really destroyed the chipmunk emotionally, and it's at this low point where we'll do anything for your approval.
Oh, feels bad.
But be sure not to be seen. I know that you're great at doing that with predators. Nobody, I think, will harm you, but they'll notice you and they'll notice me because I'll be watching through you.
Go ahead and make a survival check for the chipmunk here, and that will be if the chipmunk can track.
Well, this is the part where we reveal this stat.
It's not great. The chipmunk is able to eventually find the tracks, but due to being a small woodland creature, these guys are soldiers. They're very fast moving. They're just marching out. They find the track and they're able to follow them, but they're not able to catch up. So you do have a track that you can follow here if you'd like to continue.
I run that by the team. I have eyes and ears, but I don't have the legs.
What direction are they going?
They're heading northeast out of the forest.
Towards Upper Crown. It could be legit. What is the Platinum Grimoire? Yeah, either way, they're going to some upper class areas. So, yeah. 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 I think we've alerted 3 parties to our presence here. The Satyr, Fim, and whatever agency they're with. Possibly the Platinum Grimoire. Yeah, probably we should be the ones to let him know.
Yeah, I think yeah, this is not what we're meant to do. I suspect this is a full-on war with troops. This is Sovereign's expertise.
The last thing that I can do while we're here and I have Speak with Animals running, if I cut off my beast sense and I return to my senses or whatever, I can talk with the birds in the area or the mice or whatever and see if there's been other disturbances recently or if it's just the satyrs gathered here just now. I don't know if we have that information. Or if any of the birds give a shit about satyrs and like hundreds of soldiers. No takers? All right. I believe that means my Speak with Animals runs out, and I'm limping along on somebody's shoulder since I can't see shit.
The chipmunk returns. It expects payment.
Do I have tasty things on me?
Yeah, you probably have like some food. You have a sweet roll.
Yeah. I give him a sweet roll, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll be back for more later if you show me where you live.
I take out a silver piece and I give it to the chipmunk and say thank you.
The silver piece is very large for the chipmunk. It has trouble moving it. It's like dragging it across the ground.
Yeah, it takes it. Oh. I guess some animals like shiny things. Like I know raccoons do. Maybe chipmunks do.
Does a chipmunk have a name?
So the chipmunk disappeared into the forest.
The chipmunk has like 2 intelligence. I don't think the chipmunk.
It's the richest chipmunk in the forest now.
We will remember you and your sacrifice.
In the
And that's if
finale,
we
you
make it.
guys are about to get killed by the preacher, and then suddenly this chipmunk drops the coin on the preacher, and it mildly inconveniences him, and then he kills you
Oh, he's not
anyways.
going to spend it? He never spends it?
Oh, he goes to the casino and he becomes like a billionaire. He's the richest
Okay,
chipmunk.
yeah.
He pays a
I was
druid
going to
to
say,
awaken him.
if we ever need to find that chipmunk again, we just need to find the one wearing a tuxedo and a top hat.
He specs into artificer and he gets like this cool like mechanized suit that he wears, and he just shows up and helps us in the fight.
That's Hammock. You've described Hammock. It's a common name in Slaypool.
That's true. In
All right,
my
so-
mind,
So we head
I've
out.
named it Dan.
You head out. Do you want to continue to follow the tracks?
No.
Do you have any plans?
Yeah, we'll get back to Sovereign. Yeah.
I think after the Stonewall, after we tell Sovereign, I think we should just consider this not our job, and then probably deal with the
Or-
vigilante.
At least that branch of exploration explored for now. Yeah, they're definitely on high alert. Yeah.
Well, it's also like even if they weren't on high alert, I'm just not convinced we could do
Yeah.
much
I
to
think
help that.
we keep giving them too much information.
It's just when things get to that scale, hundreds of things, like hundreds of troops like that, I don't think there's anything we can really.
Okay, so your plan here is, with this investigation, is to tell Sovereign?
Yeah. I mean, if they said if things are going to make their way to Sovereign, we should probably be the ones to tell him first.
Okay.
Look.
So, let me reveal the results of this investigation then, when you tell Sovereign. Just to kind of skip things ahead.
All right.
You hop over to Sovereign, and you explain everything that happened to him. Sovereign just is like standing there. He actually gets out of his chair and stands up at the report, and he pauses for a bit. He listens to all of it, and then he puts on his armor. Okay, let's get him.
We're heading out.
Yeah, I'm heading out.
Are you aware of any?
Can we tell Saga this as well, please? Saga here.
Yeah, Saga's in the room as well. Saga's just like taking notes on this. He has like this letter. Saga like is just nodding along at Sovereign, saying this. I don't mean to be kind of, that guy, but I am not going to follow you. I'm going to call for reinforcements. And Saga, not Saga, Sovereign, I'm going to have to ask the Silver Shield. Yeah, that's fine. You can bring him in if you want, but you better hurry, because there's got to be a quick response, and I'm not going to wait for anyone. I'm going to take them all down by myself.
I think
Saga,
I'll
are
stay
you
here.
aware of any investigations going on right now? Anyone that they may have been? The halfling and his
Investigation.
They said their code word was Stone Dragon.
Yes, that's an old Asnan story. Have you heard it before? It's pretty important
No.
to the culture.
I think it was a code word like oh guys, I need extraction, like that kind of thing.
It's kind of like that. The idea is that there is a stone dragon, like the metal dragons. There's a stone one that lives beneath this city, and it created the world. Or so they say. It's an Asnan folktale. That's why all of the houses are named after metal dragons, but we are named after the stone dragon.
I mean, it's just a rumor that the stone dragon exists, right?
I don't believe in fairy tales. I'm a grown man.
I think
Well, I mean,
I
I'm
think they
from the
were-
fairy tale.
I think they were just using it.
No.
He doesn't know.
He was saying that into his communicator. So I think it was less of a recording device and more of an actively something like a
Like it's a
sending
wire.
stone. I think it
It's
was
like
like
a
a
wire,
constantly
yeah.
transmitting sending stone. Yeah, a wire, if you will. That's a good idea. I should make one of those. A wire.
Yeah, I think they just have a code word for us because they've seen us mucking about. I think that's the idea.
Or no, I think it was just a general thing. I don't think they expected us to be there.
Sovereign opens the window and jumps out.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna go follow Sovereign. Should I follow Sovereign? Should we go follow Sovereign?
I'm really feeling like sitting this one out. I'm just gonna sit here.
It's
I think
Sovereign.
we
It would be
should
an honor to
go.
fight by his side.
I worry about him. He's a bit impulsive. Like if we're not helpful in combat, we can maybe at least temper some of those impulsives.
I'm only worried if he runs it to Fim. I'm only worried if he runs it to Fim.
Yeah, but
And the satyr.
we were just saying that we were going to avoid that area for a while because it's a bit hot right now, and he's jumping right into the fire.
If he runs into the satyr, though, he's a little hot-headed, right? So the satyr might be able to trick him. The satyr might be able to trick him.
Silver Shield. Where is that physically? Oh, that's in Stocks. It's roughly the same distance. They've got faster access. The Drake network will get them there first, though. Just from curves it has to take.
Saga blows a special golden whistle, and an eagle flies in, and he hands the letter to the eagle.
Okay.
Then the eagle flies out.
Oh, but that eagle would take some time to travel there. It's probably going to work out about. They'd probably arrive around the same time. 11 miles.
Okay, so if we could probably just deal with Phoenix Jones on the sprawl until then. That's probably the best choice of action. I don't think there's much we can contribute in Sears Forest.
Should we go after Sovereign?
I don't think so. I think that's the fastest way you could get killed.
Okay. All right.
Sovereign
I
goes at his
was
own
thinking
pace.
maybe we could talk him down.
No, you
But, I don't
cannot
think
talk
that's-
Sovereign down. Believe me, it's
Yeah.
literally impossible.
Should we be worried? There are some tricky individuals, particularly
Yeah.
Fim and the
I mean,
satyr.
Listen, you
It's not
guys have only seen Sovereign as he normally is, this incompetent fool type guy. He is a savant on the battlefield. When it
I'm
comes
not
to
doubting-
combat, no one is better. He's clever as well, too. But it's like his brain only has one function, and it's combat.
Oh, so he.
I'm not doubting his combat prowess. What if he runs into the satyr and the satyr starts talking to him? Is where I get worried.
Yeah.
They have
I think-
aspects. They
We
can,
don't
they
know
can
what the
force
sa-
you.
Well,
The satyr
he
had-
had spells.
He dominated my mind. He didn't cast any spell. He just dominated my mind. I think that's an aspect or some sort of power he has.
We don't even.
He didn't make any gestures. He just looked at me, said something, and then I had to make a will save. He dominated my mind. But
Well,
wouldn't you
I
hear
mean,
incantations and stuff?
If
Even if-
Saga says Sovereign's going to be fine, I think he'll be fine. I just don't know what he's hoping to accomplish. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying we have to go after him. I think it's a pretty good possibility that he's going to get there and there's going to be nothing there and he's going to be frustrated and come back.
I mean, the fate portal doesn't go away, does it?
Is there word of a permanent Fey portal in the Sears Forest?
Not that
I mean, it's not. It's not a huge forest. I mean, it's big, but it's not huge.
In either case, I think our usefulness in this scenario is done with.
Yeah.
We should go to the sprawl.
The sprawl for venting?
It is night, so if you do want to go there, like you could go, you can pull an all-nighter.
Well, is that the kind of vigilante he is? Does he fight in the night, or she, whoever?
They don't really have a set schedule. They just kind of appear whenever.
Okay.
I think I'm going to head home for the night. But I said that in a British accent. I think I'm going to head home for the night.
Talk to your flock.
All right. Well, I am home, so.
I mean, yeah, you guys just want to stay here at the stone wall tonight?
We do have a lot of rooms if you want.
Yeah, we could just do that. I wouldn't mind. All right. I wish I still had those sending stones.
So. So what do we want to start baiting out? One second. His name is Fiore. Fiore. Do we want to start?
I don't think so. Is it Fior or Ein that's like super dangerous? It's Ein. Ein, right?
Is,
Yeah.
Ein
okay.
is the. Yeah, Ein's really strong. Yeah. But.
What was our read? Now that we're out of there, what was our read on Venton? Good guy, bad guy, evil guy, neutral guy. Venton Flick, the
old
the
Vox
fire
Populi.
genasi.
The old Vox Populi, was that what he was?
Yeah, he's the former Vox Populi of the Sprawl. Now Fior is. I mean, he was with some shady people.
I think.
Yeah.
I think he's solidly on our side, and we should take advantage of that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because they want him gone because he's going after them. You know, it would be a. What family was it? It's the same family that we'd been dealing with, right? The Ambrose family, right? Okay. Yeah. They didn't really endear themselves to me that well with that whole Feather Act. But lesser of two evils. Yeah. I mean, that whole region's kind of shady already, so it's not like we'd be installing a bad person as the Vox Populi, you know. You're right.
Well, I mean, you can't do much in that region illegally, anyways. There's a code,
Yeah.
remember? You don't drag
That's
business
true.
inside the sprawl.
Yeah, we've got to, because everyone loves him. You know, we can't just go up to him in the streets and be like, "Hey, we're gonna fight you," because then we'd.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, Fiora doesn't work alone either. They have a group. We can maybe members of the group act alone sometimes. Maybe Fiora is not always on the prowl, so to speak. So we can get one of those members by baiting them out, hopefully. All we have to do to bait any of them out is just to create some sort of a legal front. A fake
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
but
we've had issues with playing an active role in creating these leads, but it's not like we really have an alternative here, do we?
I mean, we haven't checked the streets too much. What if we want to become a vigilante? Who do we go to? Stuff like that.
Thing is, we're pretty well known now, probably within the organizations that we're going up against. That's just what's on my mind when we're making these plans right now.
We could disguise.
Is there anything you could disguise yourself? What was that offer? I don't remember that. Real Harmony Patrol or Construct Harmony Patrol? Did they tell you?
I could take you to them. I've done it already. They're an okay bunch.
The Harmony Patrol?
Yep. There was just a vagrant that they dealt with. Arrested. Well, I'm not even sure if we arrested. I think we just accosted them and left. It's been a few weeks now. Lots of crimes. Lots of patrols I've been on.
What's the real Harmony Patrol? What's their relationship to the constructs? The constructs are replacing them, right? But that halfling we just met had 3 real Harmony Patrol with him.
We don't know
if they were on an invest.
real.
If they were, I'm pretty sure they were real. Nothing came up on my detect magic. I wasn't getting any of that magical kind of energy off of them. Yeah. They have been improving them though. They have. Capri has been. Hold on. I was just looking at this note.
Well, the reason we couldn't tell is we couldn't see their face anyway, so they had visors on. Do we know if the constructs?
I don't think they were making better ones. They're just making more. So ignore what I said there. But yeah, my point is the real Harmony Patrol and the why would real Harmony Patrol be on some kind of sting operation against Construct Harmony Patrol dealers? Were those stolen Harmony Patrol? Were they black market Harmony Patrol? I mean, I'm talking about the constructs right now. They are aware of that. And they're...
Can you get an audience with Percy?
But there aren't constructs within the real Harmony Patrol. These are... They're just impersonators.
Can we get an audience with Percy? I feel like we can get a lot of these questions answered. Venari, how close are you with them?
As you guys are talking, Saga comes back into the room. He's prepared hot chocolate for everyone.
Do you have any cinnamon?
Of course I have cinnamon. What kind of man do you think I am?
I grin and appreciate the man's taste.
Listen, I understand the need to be stressed, but you also need to rest. Thinking this much overnight about things that can't be done immediately, it's not good. The case will be there in the morning.
Yeah. Alright.
Happy, make a constitution saving throw for me, please.
Yes, that's what I wanted. Juan Hortez energy here.
See if you can roll well. Nope.
Alright. You take 1 fire damage.
Rip.
Am I able to check it for poison? I don't know what that entails. I'm not a poisoner in real life.
Yeah, I guess that would You can do that. I don't see why not.
Well,
I guess investigation.
Happy just
I have
chugged
my
it.
poisoner's kit, if that works. That's the same roll,
You're gonna
anyways.
test it in front of the guy who served it to you.
18.
You can never be too careful.
It's
Yeah.
It seems like it's
Got some
normal
trust.
hot chocolate.
In
Okay.
some cultures, it's actually polite to be the one to check your own.
I nod at Saga and I drink my chocolate slowly to savor it. I'm like happy who rushed the experience.
It's
See-
like a small group just to the south of us. I don't think you would have met them.
See, Cal, our circles aren't in the
There's
habit
noth-
of
there's-
poisoning each other.
There's
Well,
nothing
no,
south
it's a
of us.
formality. It's from ages ago. You know how you like shake with your right hand because that's it's the sword hand and the shield hand. It exposes you to. It's a similar thing. You it's like exposing yourself to certain sorts of danger.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
but
usually
what
a
if
bit-
someone casts a spell with their right hand? You reach in for the handshake and they cast inflict wounds on you.
shocking grasp? Oh no. Yeah, indeed. It's a formality. I don't think inflict wounds is that terrifying, and I also have never particularly fallen ill to a poison myself, but nonetheless, I've partaken in the ritual.
Are you guys going to sleep? Or are you going to pull an all-nighter discussing this? Like, what's the
Yeah.
plan here?
Let's go sleep. I mean, I could pull the all-nighter. I'd be down a spell slot.
There's exhaustion, isn't there, too, or something?
Not for me.
Oh, feels good, man.
I'm gonna go back to my apartment. I'm gonna
I'll
wake
walk
up like
Venari to her church because it's not a long walk.
I'm gonna wake up really early in the morning and just like show up at the church.
Yeah, you're able to long rest.
No one murders us on our walks.
Great success.
Feels good, man.
Let's see, what spells should I prepare today?
Actually, can I wake Venari up? It's like 4 a.m. I just show up.
If you want. Vonar, you are woken up in the middle of the night. How do you react?
Politely knocking. I knock slightly louder.
Yeah, you can.
Sure, I'm the elf guy again, the little elf with the big glasses. I can roll perception. I'm not good at perception, so we'll
Plus
see.
plus.
Okay, I don't see you.
In the morning, there is a lot of commotion going on. After like the super early morning, are you doing anything particular like at 5 a.m.?
I was just like, I like show up. Do you like answer the door, Venari, or? You wouldn't recognize me because I spent most of the day in this form with you. Oh, Venari, I just wanted to come visit and see how you were. Oh, well, you're awake now, right? Can I come in? Cool. Maybe. That would be appreciated. So... I thought we did. Maybe we didn't. Can you help me?
I think you rolled this last.
Yeah, you
last
did.
session.
You can deal with this with great ease.
Oh, preparing spells. I haven't seen this since I was in Mage College. I failed out. It was a couple of days. It was a good few days. We had a lot of parties, and then I had to go home. Oh, right.
All right. Swirling light surrounds you, Isaac, and suddenly, like, there's this dark purple energy from inside you that you weren't even expecting to be there, and it just kind of melts away into the smoke that rises into the air, and you feel a huge weight lifted off your chest that you didn't even realize was there.
Oh, thank you. And now I can finally talk. It was quite a thing not being able to talk all day yesterday, but looking forward to this whole strategy thing. I don't know shit about magic. If there's anything failing out of magic school told me, it was that. Anyways, thank you. Good meeting. If anyone asks, we had a teary heart-to-heart and a confessional. Okay, bye. And then I leave. As I'm leaving, I shout back through the church, "That's okay, we'll do that later." It's Raven. You gotta remember it's Raven. God, people can't remember all my fake names.
Every session is a new fake name.
Just call my race the phase.
All right. This morning proper, there is a lot of confusion and upsetting news coming around. The town criers are just like letting everyone know immediately. There has been a very large-scale battle that took place in Arendelle, and the northeastern part of the city has been destroyed.
Sorry, you said Arendelle's been destroyed?
Oh shit!
Part of it has been destroyed. So if you direct your attention to the map here,
Nice.
so Sovereign was able to contain it with the help of the Silver Shield, and they were able to stop it. Some Harmony Patrol have gone berserk, is what the story is. And Cap Cree denies all involvement, calling this a false flag operation. The public, however, is starting to feel unsafe around these Harmony Patrolmen. Moreover, as a result of these mechs' destruction, 2 of the mechs have been confirmed as having escaped, and no one knows who the culprit is.
My immediate thought is I need to get my hands on one of the bodies of the Harmony Patrol mechs. Did Sovereign...
Go ahead and make an
one?
investigation check for me here, and this will just be how much information you can find about it.
About what?
About the events.
About the events.
Yeah, the events that happened this night.
25.
Well, very good. What you are able to find out is some like more in-depth information from the survivors and those that evacuated. The reason why there's so much destruction, because there's so much destruction, is the reason why these things are so terrifying. They explode when they die.
That's new.
I want to get over there and go through the wreckage, find parts.
Okay.
And everyone else okay with that? This is opportunity.
The mechs
Let's do
explode when they are
The
destroyed.
No,
mechs.
opportunities on Mars.
Mechs are the constructs.
They're
that's
constructs,
what you
but
just
they're
said.
like they're the same thing. Like they're just
Sorry,
these
sorry.
large mechanized things.
So only the mechs explode, not like the normal fake Harmony Patrol, correct?
Yeah, the harmony. What should we call them?
Harmony bot troll.
Okay, that's interesting.
Bot minis.
Robocops. Let's call them Robocops.
Robocops. I like that.
All right, yeah, the Robocops are not explosive, but the mechs are, and they have a very large explosion, which partially was responsible for leveling a lot of the city here. Well, it's part of it, right? Like, and keep in mind, I'm just using this as just a way of just. It's not like leveled. It's just there's huge destruction on a lot of the buildings. So I'm just kind of showing the destroyed area. It's not like completely flat, like this would make it imply. No, some of the mechs escaped. The portal has been destroyed on the other side. They know that there was a portal there, but the portal was collapsed.
But the Robocops were part of the battle, right? That's what.
That's
the news
correct.
is?
They're the majority of the casualties.
Okay, perfect. If I can get there and find a pretty intact body, I can do my investigations on it. It's perfect.
Capcree has taken all of the Robocops.
Sovereign didn't get any of them. Never got
No,
a chance
Sovereign-
to tell him about that. before
Yeah,
he
Sovereign
left.
would not even remotely care about something like that unless you told him to.
He jumped out of the window before I could.
Sovereign, baby.
Did I
Yeah,
know anybody that lived in
that
Arendelle, in that part of
was-
Arendelle, or worked in that part of Arendelle?
Yeah, you knew one guy. His name was Washua, and everyone loved Washua.
Poor Washua. Did they? I'm gonna make a note of like try and rack my brain for any like friends of theirs. To send my condolences to and stuff. Or hopefully like find them among the evacuees, but failing that.
He worked like a watermelon stand, and they would grill watermelon up for people. And he would always like give people extra watermelon if they seemed like they were hungry.
And if we go there, maybe they missed one, or maybe I can find bits of a RoboCop.
You're able to find bits. You're not able to find a whole one. The construction is actually remarkably good on these things. What's going on here? The main difference between this and like the regular constructs that you're used to seeing is that the power source is weird on these. You don't know what it is. It's just this strange sort of like rock. It's this black rock that's being used as a core.
I'll take a couple of them.
Okay. If you'd like to investigate the rocks, this will take your turn here, which will be like, I guess, the morning.
I'd go back to the workshop before I do any investigating on it.
Okay. Anyone else have anything they want to do in the early morning turn?
Could I scrounge up any information on the vigilantes in the sprawl, the group?
Yeah, if you'd like, you can scrounge up some information. That'd be another investigation. You can use charisma or intelligence, whichever you think is better.
Cool.
No, they didn't drop bullets because they don't use bullets. These guys use crossbows.
Damn it. Did they drop any magic crossbow bolts?
This is regular bolts. You can get some bolts if you want, though. You can probably find some bolts.
They probably grabbed any capsules that were unused. With
I
the
don't even have a
bodies.
crossbow, so I won't do that.
You look around, you investigate into the sprawl, into these vigilantes, what they're doing. What you're able to find primarily is that the vigilantes are very sporadic and when they come up, and it's usually unprompted, and there's not really a good reason why they would be there. They're not consistently saving the day. Like, it's not like Spider-Man, where if you're in trouble, Spider-Man's there. He's got you. It's like there's a 1 in 3 chance, if you're lucky, that they'll show up in any meaningful capacity. You know what I mean? Like, even if they do show up, sometimes they're just way too late.
Okay, I see. Cool. They're not putting on the act like thick. They're just doing it so that they have a presence that people respect somewhat.
Yeah, interesting that you think that this is an act. It's not necessarily wrong. It's just like an interesting observation. Is that you're like, okay, it's an act that they're trying to put on.
They might have better things to do, but I feel like preachers, people, it's probably a high priority for them to have some influence on here, to become vox populi.
All right. Anyone else have something they'd like to do in the early morning turn? All right, Cal, you improved the name of House Adristar, I guess, by doing this. Get your name out there as a real hero.
I'm gonna work. I'm gonna like socialize, and then we can add all those stray hours up at some later point to say that I've been doing something.
Oh, sorry. Did Sovereign make it back to the Stonewall?
Yeah, he did. He's beaten up. He fought like hundreds of guys, but he won. He successfully stopped this from taking over Arendelle.
What? So, if we head back to the Stone Wall and I ask Saga and Sovereign what happened, what do they say about the events of the night?
Well, Saga didn't do anything other than organize for like the relief effort, right? Like he was just writing letters,
like reports. Like,
I mean, he didn't really get reports other than what Sovereign and was publicly released. It's not like he was in charge of the operation. He was just letting people know, anyone who needed to do stuff. So he would be in contact with Capcrate, for instance, like, get your mans, the Harmony Patrol is going wild out here. You know, he was telling the Silver Shield. He was letting the nobles in charge know that some bad stuff was happening. Like, it's less that he was in some sort of command center as much as he was sending out pertinent information to individuals.
Then what does Sovereign have to say? Like, what kicked everything off?
I gotta be honest, I don't really know what happened. I showed up and some of them Harmony Patrolman was acting weird or whatever, and I told them to stop in the name of the stone wall, and they didn't stop. And then there was like these robots, the constructs or whatever. I hit them, I took them down, and then they blew up, sent me flying through the air. Oh boy, that one hurt. Let me tell you something. If you've never faced a barrage of 200 arrows, you ain't never lived in your life, son. Ooh! Boy, am I glad for this armor. But yeah.
So all the damage just came from the initial skirmish.
I mean,
all the damage.
no. Well, it was damaged before I got there, you know, and I made it better.
There was already fighting.
Yeah, but they were doing. They were destroying buildings. They were attacking people on the street. I've never seen anything. This is what the preacher does?
This is what Capcree does.
But Capcree ain't do nothing there. I seen them. They wasn't people.
Capcree makes those constructs. They've been beefing up production of those Harmony Patrol constructs, and they make those mechs. And they get in there and take. I mean, if they didn't have anything to do with it, why did they go gather the bodies?
I don't see it.
Can I make an insight check?
Go ahead.
Is he just stupid, or is he covering something up? He's no more than he's saying. Oh God! Wait for this +0 insight. 7, lucky 7.
I mean, Sovereign just doesn't see it. You don't know if there's anything more behind it. Sovereign doesn't like hide his actions. You know what I mean? Like he just does whatever he's thinking at the moment.
A little suspicious of him now. But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he's got Goku brain and he's just focused on fighting, and anything beyond that he doesn't care about.
I mean,
he's Goku basically.
Let me put it this way, right? If I was a company trying to sell stuff, I wouldn't be doing evil stuff too, because then I couldn't sell my stuff. I'd be in jail for doing evil stuff.
Oh yeah, okay. He's just naive. That's it. I that's true for if the company's good, didn't have other plans, but
I'm gonna take notes.
We've been investigating this for a while, and I have serious suspicions about Capcree's motives. They're being awfully secretive.
Well, ain't that the
I'm just
truth?
saying, be cautious about Capcree. I know that's not really in your repertoire, but at least be aware of
Listen, I'm not good at all this politics stuff. I came back from an overseas deployment, and the next thing I do, literally the next thing, I didn't even have time to unpack. Now I have to go into Arendelle and fight an army of stuff. I'm just saying,
right, so
I can do that. I can fight stuff. I can't figure this stuff out. That's why I got Saga. That's why I got you guys.
Fair point. But yeah, I mean, at least to me, Capcree's looking more and more. I know they're up to something. I just don't know what their goals are. You doing okay? How does he look? Does he look beat up? You said he got thrown by an explosion.
He does look beat up, but the strangest thing is it looks like he's being healed like all the time, just very slowly healing up or very rapidly regenerating.
Like the Oni? Is it similar to that in any way?
It's kind of, but much slower.
What is he? What does he look like again? Can you?
He's a half orc. Sovereign is a half orc. He's very tall, but he has this really cool suit of black armor that he wears, and he can like press a button to like suit up in this armor. He also has a transforming weapon. He uses the two of them in great capacity here. His armor protects him very well, and then he switches the weapon based off what he needs. Sometimes it's a bow, sometimes a halberd, sometimes a sword and shield, etc.
I'm suspicious of everyone right now, but no, I trust Sovereign. Of course, why wouldn't I? Of course. There's more to it.
I don't know.
Yeah. I Wielder doesn't. This is more me than Wielder. Wielder doesn't doubt him at all.
I don't know if I have faith in them, but I trust them.
He gets positive results. That is my opinion on him, and he's a good guy. I think so. Or is he? No, he's a good guy. He is. What the?
Isaac.
What is Capcree up to? What the fuck are they doing?
They're doing whatever they want to do.
They're
corporate
Megacorp number 2046.
Trying to start a war so they can sell the weapons to both sides.
Actually, they're Megacorp 1.
I don't think I was there. Though. Who's he? Percy?
You're just on like a casual first name basis with Sir Percival Nightwest.
We should probably have a meeting or an audience with them if you can swing it, Venari. You're very close with them.
Yeah, that sounds like a good. Because I've got so many questions. And
I don't know how you guys are on first name basis with the Percy. That's kind of weird to me, but you know what? It is what it is.
I mean,
Yeah, he did the same thing to me for a few years. Saga told me I wasn't allowed to talk to him anymore after that.
huh. So we should be careful when we talk to Percy. Even if he lies, we should be able to glean some useful information, I think.
Hey,
from
any of
just
you
talking to him.
guys want some fried pineapple bread? I ordered too much. I can't eat all this.
Oh no, Saga and I have a favorite place for pineapple bread. I won't take it from anywhere else.
Well, this is. I mean, it's hospitality, right? Like
Yeah.
that's just how I was raised. Well, actually, it wasn't. I was raised a much worse way than this. But it's how I wanted to be raised. It's how they said that they were going to raise me. What they actually did was very different. Ugh, bad memories. I want to talk about this depressing stuff. Who wants some fried pineapple bread?
Happy would put a hat on his shoulder, but she literally can't. She's too short.
It's fried pineapple bread. It's delicious and it feels like it has 4,000 calories. And you've definitely gained 5 pounds just by eating it. Like it's that kind of like extremely fatty, extremely sugary food.
Happy getting even more yoked. Feels good, man.
It's
Power
pineapple
lifter
bread, not
body
egg bread.
hours.
It's not egg bread, it's pineapple bread.
It's power lifter hours, okay? It's easy, don't worry. We'll be fat and strong.
Is it served in like the Northwestern style or the Eastern style?
Turn.
Delicious.
Who? No, I don't think so. I mean, if you get into any trouble, just head over to the Bronze Gauntlet and I'm sure they'll get your back.
What about if we murder a public official?
Hmm. Well, if you do that, that will be a bit of paperwork for me to handle with. It depends on who the official is. Honestly, I don't even know who's in charge of the sprawl districts. Do they even do anything there? I don't know.
The Vox Populi of the Sprawl District is one of the vessels of the Preacher. If we want to kill the Preacher, we have to kill the Vox Populi.
Oh my god. This investigation has just gotten more and more bloody hell. Well, alright.
Yeah, you could see
We
why
could
we were
mention that.
brainstorming last night. You know,
You have
more
to
of a
do, I'll work it
brain
out.
monsoon. Yeah, I'm a little unclear. What authority do we have to act outside of orders given to us? What? No,
Here.
I'm simply asking because of what happened yesterday.
He looks out the window, makes sure no one else is listening. Between you and I'm very good at forging documents that make it seem like you had authority to be there in the first place. So
Excellent. All right, that's good to hear.
I've been sovereign for long enough.
You can't fix public opinion, though. This vessel is making himself well known among the citizens.
This was unrelated to whatever we may or may not do in the sprawl. I just wanted to clear up what happened yesterday.
Well, this Vox Populi is making himself very popular by killing all the other crime lords in the area. To the public, he appears to be benevolent, just. I think only a very few people know about his connection to the Preacher. Well, the Preacher can't die as long as his vessels are alive. We do kind of have to jump immediately to murder.
Do we?
So you're saying that you would have some kind of insight in jail into how he did the wrong things and then, come to an accident in his cell?
What do we know about 3U? Is that something we could be working on? Do you know anything about 3U? They're in the Ivory, I believe.
Ain is in the Ivory.
That's
if you want to go,
Ain.
if you want to go to Ain, that's on you. You can do it if you want.
Let's
What do we know about what do we know about 3U?
They were the person that were in Arendelle, yeah. So 3U might have
was
been
the
the
satyr?
satyr. It might have been. Satyr
We
gave
never got a
different
name. I was wondering about that,
The
but I don't
satyr
want to
gave a different
say
name
anything.
from the satyr gave a different name from 3U. That's all I remember. But I mean, they're probably just not giving their actual name, so that
The name's
just seems-
Jackrob.
yeah.
Jockrub?
Jockrub. That's it. Yeah, it was Jockrub. Yeah,
That was the satyr's name?
that was a name the satyr told us. I suspect that was actually 3U. Yeah, that's my suspicion, but I have nothing to really prove that with.
Yeah.
I think they had an aspect, and I think that aspect was to do with making people, forcing them to do things through sheer charisma.
I mean, we're in Stonewall. You can call me.
He's Raven.
You can call me miscellaneous here. You don't have to use the fake name.
Before the Gios, they.
Okay, then you can call me Raven if you wish.
If you do not remember Isaac's current name, so to speak, just describe them like Elven Boy. It's what I did earlier. You just look at them and then just describe them.
Isn't this racist against changelings?
In either case, I think so. When maybe Isaac can back me up here, but when they were talking to us, they did something that sort of dominated me. I had to acquiesce. And I don't think it was a spell, because don't spells have like incantations or something? You have to wave your hands. I don't know.
I don't do that. Maybe he's like that.
Maybe. I don't think it was a spell in particular. They were just talking to me, and I was ready to negotiate some sort of pact, some sort of gios. And next thing you know, I was very fond of their terms.
So what do we know about aspects? That's the first. Oh.
No. I mean, if it.
It was like when Fim made everyone cry. Yes, remember that? You were sobbing great big fat tears.
If we want,
it's just really kind of unflattering.
If we want to go down this line of questioning, Vinar, you spend an awful lot of time with Percy yourself.
Let's just go kill the guy in the sprawl.
She spends time with a whole bunch of constituents. That's her job.
All right.
About aspects before we move on. What do we know about them? That was the first time they came up, right? The word aspect.
I believe so.
So, Fims is fear him, and now you're thinking that two assumptions here, but I'm going to say it. If the satyr is 3U, then we're also assuming that his aspect
charm.
is some kind of charm effect.
I believe so.
So fear, charm, anything else on either of the others? Yeah. Yeah. We've had a couple things pointing to someone high up, and I think someone actually just told us that.
Yeah, it was Xenos told us as such. I think we should first talk to. This is my. We should have a vote, but I think we should first talk to Percy, and then go to the sprawl.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That's got my vote. What are the other options though, or are we just saying to do that?
We can
Can't
go
just vote
straight.
with one
We can
thing.
go straight to the sprawl. We can
And
decide what we
sprawl.
want to do in the sprawl after talking to Percy. I think.
Yeah, I think Percy could fill in some gaps.
So Percy and
No,
the sprawl is the plan?
So I've never met the guy. What's he like? What's his job? Apparently he's got a title. Saga seemed shocked that you were calling him by a first name.
And I will leave the room as I have some thoughts on Percival and I don't want to get into it.
No, please. I would like to hear these thoughts.
To hear my thoughts on Percival.
Yes, please. Because
Can
if
you
you
at
are
least-
to have an audience with him, any sort of information would be useful.
Scanian War, I have lost 6 of my best friends, and I have seen the devastation that it's wrought on communities and families, and I've seen people that I have looked up to just lose all sort of hope of life. And this Bustan purple-eyed fuck comes into our city and tries to take control of the weapons trade. I don't like it. I don't trust it. I don't believe Buscanians have a place in Slaypool. And he storms out of the room.
So Percy. What's his title? What he's Sir what?
Sir Percival Nightwest. He is, by the way, Sir, as he is a knight of Buscan. Of Buscania. He is a knight of a enemy country. Former
He's
enemy
the
country.
CEO of.
Capcree.
He's the CEO of Capcree. Yeah. I thought so. Night. I going to see the CEO of Capcree. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I have some personal reservations about that. Yeah.
Certainly, it's incredible and reprehensible to take such dominance over such a wide swath of a market, especially a market infested with such people as Run.
Yeah.
But how much
I'm,
power can a single CEO really have over their company?
Oh, I think we're gonna find out. If I have any of these reservations, is because I've got this feeling that I'm kind of unfamiliar with. I believe the term is the heebie-jeebies. That's kind of what I'm getting from all of Capcree. But
I think I should clarify. I don't suspect we'll get information directly from Percival, but we'll probably get indirect information. I don't think he'll be able to lie his way out of everything, and I don't think all his.
yeah.
With that, then, let's have a 10-minute break. And when we return, we'll continue with this investigation.
Would I have had time before this or after this to go back to my workshop and run a few tests on those black rocks we found, the power cores?
Oh, but you would have time after if you want.
After we meet with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
Really
you want.
wish I had identified prepared. Yeah, afterwards then. All right, 10-minute break. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Yeah. Yeah, we've stirred stuff up. We've gotta see how the pieces have fallen before we act.
I mean, Pog's also not going to kill us. Like, we've now been let go by 2 of these things.
TPK.
Let's not think that way. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Trying and failing is like part of the tone of faith. Like, we need to actually like try in order to get to the try and fail and learn part. We've just spent like the past 3 weeks just like talking. We haven't done anything.
Well, more than the trying and failing thing, I think talking is a big part of this whole campaign. Yeah. We're level 5, and our boss is a guy that just ran into a battle that destroyed a quarter of a city, and he's totally fine. Yeah, there's much bigger fish out there than we are. Yeah, maybe talking to the Capri and saying, so, what happened? You know, why? Yeah. Alright, I gotta go get something. Be back. I guess 8 minutes now.
So, anybody who's here during break, if you, oh, hey, hi, what's up? If you, want to re-explain to me why we decided, so first we were leaving the forest because it's like, shit, There's a whole bunch of guys here. It's terrifying. Let's not fight them without an army. And then we went and got an army. And then we still didn't fight them. That's the part that I... Hmm. Hmm.
But we're not playing as civilians. We're playing as.
I don't know. Maybe, but they also called it the Silver Shield, right? Which is just a bunch of random dudes. And like, yeah, maybe the random dudes die in it and nobody gives a shit, but if the random dudes are already there, and Sarvin might have to go and protect someone, then...
There you are. You're a cleric. You're literally that. You're a cleric.
Wait, what is a cleric? Cleric. Beyond.
What's 16 times 2?
Oh, we were advised by this part guy not to go.
I literally could not go. That's why I didn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good reason. All right. I guess just excluding Tim is not a great session.
Every time I did anything, so like every round.
They're gonna be like, yeah, that was a nice spell. What else you got? I'm used to like 9th level spells, and 8th level spells, and 7th level spells. A lot of 6th level spells. One time I killed 13 level 13s with this thumb. Or glitter dust. I hate this. Stop telling me about spell list. Cloud kill. D5e. Ooh, it does exist? I think so. It's only for sorcerer and wizard. This sure looks like a... Yeah, this is a 5th edition spell. 5d6. 5d8 when they enter for the first time on a turn or start their turn there. Half damage on con. Any dice. Assuming they make their save, it's half. Ooh. This saved my. This saved all of my bars and stuff. Yeah, big attack rolls calculator. If Cloud Kill is evil, it doesn't have the evil tag. Oh, weird. Well, clerics don't get it. It's just wizards. How do you tell if it counts as evil?
There's no evil spells in 5e.
Oh, you mean like if it's evil in 3.5?
Depends on how you use them. Like, we could turn the preacher into an undead. That'd probably be pretty good afterwards.
I wish Hira had ever gotten a chance to turn anybody into evil thing. I mean, not evil thing.
Oh, fuck. Have I mic'd and muted this whole stream? That's not good.
Hero will
Nobody's
come
heard
back.
Anything I said. That's cool.
Hero will come back, and then she'll turn people into skeletons. What's the crossover episode between Saturday and Sunday, by the way?
What?
Is there gonna be a crossover episode between Saturday and Sunday?
How would that happen?
I don't know. Maybe they're one of the teams in the tournament.
Claire,
What's that?
Claire, you're now blind.
I'm not blind.
Yeah, I hit you with Claire. Stop power gaming.
Oh.
Oh, flare.
Why do people power gaming
So-
here?
We'd either have to convert the masked people to 5e, or we'd have to convert these people to masks.
How do you even power game in 5e, really?
Ah, shit.
So
we didn't
ask
do
the
that.
guy who was just doing it. Alright, are we all here?
God, I wish.
Yeah, I think so.
Think so?
Yeah, we're all here.
Everybody's
I think I
low.
heard Cal speak up. That's the only one muted. Yeah, everyone's here.
Alright, welcome back everyone. You spend your lunch talking this over with everyone, your early morning and everything is done. Now that it's past lunch and the afternoon turn, welcome to Capcree headquarters.
I hope
You
they're
take
busy.
a nice break ride, you walk through Nipri Peninsula, where there's a bit of a strange lack of reaction, I guess is the best way to put it. Like everywhere else is freaking out about Arendelle. Nipri's Peninsula is just like, yeah, I mean, it happened. They're
need to-
definitely acknowledging, but they're just kind of moving on with their day.
Do I know any of the shopkeepers in this area at all? Like, have I done any sort of business with any? It's pretty far away from my normal life, so maybe not.
You've probably heard of some people. This is like one of the best areas to shop, after all.
Interesting. I'm gonna propose that I go and stop and briefly chat somebody up and see if they're like gonna sell me something or like negotiate like somebody else in another area normally would. If I can get a deal in the way that I normally would, or if there's any sort of subtle tension. Otherwise, we can keep on going together.
And gang.
Nobody gives a shit. All right, let's go to camp.
I don't think I've met Percival before, right? He's met
You've
other
done
people, not me.
Big Percy. Percy P is what I like to call him.
I'll wear my short sword at my hip, and I'll have fancy armor, but I'll have like middle class clothes, and I'll be, let's see, a young human girl. I'm
Hey.
pretending to be like a swordswoman.
I'm gonna
All
put
right.
my badge on. On my
You can call me
chest.
Angie.
You can borrow my warhammer if you want to pretend to have a sword.
I actually own a sword, so I can use that.
What the fuck?
Why wouldn't I own a sword?
They're
Short
gonna
sword,
be
not like
expensive.
Oh,
Or-
because you
always
Raven, you
complaining
don't like
about
to
her
carry anything that you don't want to carry?
Yeah, because I need more room for swords. Like, you guys thought that was for nothing, and so I could have more swords.
How many swords are you carrying?
I'm carrying like 5 daggers and I think 1 or 2 swords.
That sounds
Well,
very
at least we know where your
insufficient.
heart is at.
Dagger, 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 crowbar.
Hey,
Sword.
Changeling, I have a question. Is your
Or
heart in your
mushroom.
chest?
That is a classic reference. Sorry, none of you have gotten that.
Sorry, you were saying something, Rain?
Is your heart placed in your chest?
It depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Thank you. This will be very important in the future.
If I'm real down in the dumps, maybe my heart will be in my stomach.
Is that true? Something tells me
Sir.
that's not true.
Is there a knowledge changeling anatomy?
Anyways, I kind of feel like people can't make targeted shots of that sort for some reason, so I don't know if it really matters.
I guess your heart has full cover.
Go ahead and give me
Sorry.
Go ahead and give me a luck check on this one here, please, just to see if who you're able to get a hold of.
8.
8. All right. Not the luckiest here. Percival is in, but Paige is not. How are you attempting to get in? There's like the front desk, there's like the shopping area, but then there's also in the campus, like where the executives are, and you definitely don't have access there. So what's your plan? How are you going to approach?
Front desk.
Going to go to the front desk?
Unless
Okay.
anyone has a better idea.
I mean, yeah, that's what I assumed we were going to do. What else can we do?
Okay. You see that there is like a really bored-looking dwarf woman. Sorry, do you have a reservation here, or did you?
Go ahead, Venari.
Well, you want me to do the talking here?
Yeah, you got the contact with Percy.
We were answering the calls for help with the army patrols.
We don't have any calls like that I've heard of.
I got an offer from Percival.
Sure you do, sure you do. If you want to go to the Harmony Patrol, they're 2 blocks to the west, and that's where the Harmony Patrol are recruiting. This is the executive building.
Ah, I see. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
So is it like a campus setup, or do you just have this big monolithic stone building?
The monolithic stone building is for the executives, yes. You want to go to the Harmony Patrol, and they're...
I think you misheard my friend here.
Oh,
We wish to speak to Percival Nightwest.
okay, and do you have a reservation?
No, but I believe she can book one.
She can book a reservation with Percival Nightwest, okay.
Well, less of a reservation, more of an immediate appointment. We were hoping.
If you would like, you can call and go up the chain of command
Yes,
and
I'm sure
figure
he's very
out whether
busy
or
after
not
the
we're telling
recent
you.
events. I can't pull it that fast.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check on this one here, my good friend Happy.
All right. So rolling the dice. ... Rolling the dice. ...
Come on, nat 20.
Rolling the dice. ... Yeah, I kind of like this for the suspense, eh?
That's the opposite of what we want.
Look, you've got this Stonewall badge. That's very cute. We are a little bit more important than your little house. All of Bustan looks to us for our innovation.
Did they look to you in Arendelle? You bum. I'm gonna turn around and walk away.
Don't take any offense to them.
I don't consort myself with peasants.
I hope your upper management doesn't feel that way about the common people.
Well, I feel insulted, and I'll say what I want to say, and if you have a problem, you can take it up with my boss. Assuming, of course, that you have any way of talking to them.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Sally.
Sally
Barrelchest.
Sally Barrelchest. Alright.
Do you have a problem?
Don't worry, if I have any problems I'll bring it up with your superiors.
I've just been called a bum.
And I apologize for that, but then you insulted everyone in the city.
Did you tell him Did you tell Sally your name yet? Sally will probably recognize your name because there's a whole thing where Percy asked you to come here.
I'm Voneri Kovath of the Church of Alex.
Wait, House Kovath?
Got him.
Yes.
See, sometimes being polite helps. I know I'm the new employee here, but really you should think about being less of a dick to the rank and file trying to just do the jobs.
I wasn't being a dick.
That's
One
okay.
moment. One moment, please. Let me just. And she rings like a little bell, and then you see like a little construct, like a homunculus type thing, like this tiny little metal creature walks across the desk, walks up to her. She whispers something to it, and it nods, salutes, and then walks away, hops down the desk. You see it go down a corridor. It's pretty fast for like its tiny little creature. It looks almost like a toy soldier. A while later, you see a bunch of people wearing suits and green shoes.
Do I recognize the kind of leather of the shoes? Because I also have green shoes, I think.
Yeah,
Dappy made me buy green shoes.
it's the same type of leather.
What kind of leather is that?
It's dried watermelon leather.
Oh, that's brutal. Watermelon is so happy. Who would leather them?
I mean, you could say the same thing about a cow.
People say a lot about me. Fortunately, many words are not backed by action.
I don't think cow leather would be that great. But cow leather.
Sorry for interrupting with the shoe thing. What are the suited people doing?
They're like talking amongst each other as they're heading out.
Oh, I thought they were coming for us.
Yeah, they're coming to meet you guys. They're heading out of where they are, and they're coming to see you. Lady Kovath?
Yes.
It's an honor. The other guy who is a little bit more better. There's two of them. You see, they're both wearing these shoes. One of them is like clearly sort of like an intern type guy, and the other one is wearing like this full suit. Just very nice, slick looking guy. Wait. Why is your leather studded, Cal?
It gives +1 AC. I'm pretty sure it's studded leather.
Everyone bows towards you. He introduces himself. I am Wendelin, and I am glad to see you. I am sorry, I do not speak good common.
What race are they?
He is a dragonborn.
Ooh. What color is the scales?
Scales? He has green scales to match his leather.
Color coordination.
I don't know it.
In
Usually
undercommon, I
speak.
say salutations, well met.
Draconic, please, if you have.
I got some primordial. I don't think that's really more of a street language.
I'm gonna say
He-
it's Sylvan. Nice
He
to meet you.
responds in like fluent, very, very fluent primordial.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that you at least speak the tongue of the nobility. This makes things a lot faster. I don't
I'll
really
also
bother.
talking primordial then.
Oh, wonderful. Kovath, I am so happy to hear that you feel this way. Good. You have a proper upbringing.
I go off and feed some birds.
Don't
Wait,
leave.
probably inside, never mind.
Tell this person not to leave and feed the birds.
Please stay here. Don't go anywhere. Yeah. The birds can make you bed later.
I will take you to see Sir Nightwest.
Thank you very much. That would be much appreciated.
As are walking by, you see like a number of nobles and like very important looking people. Some of them that you do recognize, Ronari and Cal. You do recognize some of these people are like in these meetings. A lot of like the elected nobles who run the districts are here chatting with people. And you also see that there's a lot of alchemist types, like artificers that as well are involved in the meetings. You go up and up the stairs. You see all these through like these glass rooms. It's a very high-end looking building. Eventually you get to the very top floor where there's a penthouse suite for some reason. Everything is just very posh, luxe. You see these beautiful red and gold carpets. The door's already open, and you can see Percival is standing on top, looking over the city, sipping some sort of liquor here, wearing this kind of obnoxiously shiny robe. It's a purple robe that reflects the light a little bit too much. Ah, I see that you've come to take me up on this offer, Vonori. I hope my workers didn't provide so much of a barrier to you. My apologies. I was not expecting guests this early in the morning.
Oh no, it wasn't so much of a problem, but your secretary has some poor opinions on the common people. I feel like doesn't reflect your company very well.
Which, Sally?
Yeah, Sally Barrel Chest?
Yeah, Sally is a bit much. I have talked to her a few times, but at the same time, Sally is very good at getting people out of this building, and unless you have a reason to be here, most people don't, they should be turned away. So, I have mixed opinions. But enough about my employees. You didn't come here to talk about employees, did you?
No, we've got a fair amount we can talk about. And of course, yes, we would like to help out in any way we can.
Well, Wendelin, you can go now. Wendelin just nods, closes the door behind him, leaves
It was
you
nice
with.
to meet you, Wendelin.
You see Paige comes out of like a different room. She's already dressed and ready for the day.
Honestly, I didn't expect you to be here.
No, I was going to be doing other things, and then something came to my attention. They wanted me for an emergency meeting. Honestly, I don't know what the enforcers of the Harmony Patrol even want me there to do. I'm not in charge of that. I'm not involved in the day-to-day operation. I'm just there as a formality. They might as well have just given me the document to rubber stamp. Blech. Puts a bad taste in my mouth. Well, how about you? How have you been?
Well, I mean, we were doing thorough investigations into, whose operations, and happened to come across, 600 of your troops.
They're not mine, and secondly, this place is protected against all divination, so you can say whatever you want. It's also completely soundproof.
So you did not sell or provide 600 fake Harmony Patrol to...
No, why would I do that?
Where else would they get them? They could possibly have stolen that many from you.
Know what exactly has happened with our Harmony patrolmen, but they assured me that this is not something intended, and I've looked through the records and it was not intended. We do, in fact, have a plan to create artificial soldiers. However, it's nowhere near ready for production, let alone an army. Our prototypes just don't have the ability to move autonomously. They require a lot of power, and we don't know how to provide it.
Well, we
What are
saw
you
some of the
using for
symbols,
power
right?
right now?
At the moment, the main battery behind this is a combination of, well, we're trying to find a way to reuse spell juice in something other than up the nose, so to speak, or swallowed or injected or whatever it is that these junkies are doing. So we're trying to find a way to use that as a power source. So far, no good. But we can make them work if we connect them to mercury that has been raised, but raised mercury is quite expensive.
You say that they aren't working now, but a quarter of Arendelle was destroyed by a legion of these Harmony Patrol constructs. Were those not yours?
Now, if they were, we would not have let them fall into anyone else's hands.
Then why did Capcree go and gather them all so quickly this morning?
Might insight that. Is he just lying to us here? 15?
He seems to be annoyed by all this. Like he doesn't want to deal with whatever this is.
Like it's beneath him.
Basically, yeah, that's the impression that he gets off. Well, let me ask you a question here. If you, for whatever reason, had a number of Warforged that you worked with, and you found out people were making fake Warforged to commit atrocities, would you want this to be public knowledge? I'm trying to sweep this under the rug, as it has nothing to do with us.
Fakes are usually worse,
So
not better, though?
Yeah. If you want this dealt with swiftly, you would be opposed to lending me one of the corpses so I could do my own investigations. We're out to stop this too, so it'd be on the same side.
Yeah, like this is very concerning. It doesn't really matter who's at fault per se. We just need to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Look at it from my perspective. I am not at fault for this. I had no hand in any of this, and Capcree as well is innocent of the events of Arendelle. However, we cannot help but notice that this looks incredibly bad for us. It's a PR disaster, as it were. So, whatever these things are, we will get to the bottom of this so that we can figure out and we can deliver the results without anyone else clued in on any part of the process that would make them think, for example, that we had any Harmony Patrol constructs in production. Now, that's a problem, and the only reason I'm telling you this is because we have a level of mutual shared interest. Consider the following. It is not known that we have any constructed Harmony Patrolmen. If we were to say we are creating them, but they're not ours, that just muddies the water, does it not?
Well, it seems to me that really you had no justification for taking the bodies then. If they're not
The
your property.
justification is that we cannot have anyone knowing that there are artificial Harmony Patrolmen.
I think preventing this is more important than your cover-up, or you're sweeping under the
Respectfully
rugs.
disagree.
Well, yeah, it also depends.
Of course
like,
you would.
It could be the preacher framing Capri because it's easy.
Most likely it is.
Yeah. But
where would they get the production facilities to do such a thing?
By
it would have to be
sweeping
in
the
Faypool?
By sweeping the all of the corpses and taking them for yourselves, you're hindering official investigations into the matter. We want to prevent this. We don't want to just sweep it under the rug.
Well, I think you will find that you are outranked by the Mercury Mortar, who has taken official jurisdiction over this investigation, and have delegated matters to us.
Hold on, Mercury Mortar.
There, just
look
up
at the notes.
north.
Notes. Mercury Mortar. They are just Capcree.
We know roughly the existence of Faypool because of you.
Yeah. What role did the Mercury Mortar have in the battle last night?
With the rat dude. The bathtub portal.
Hey, boss.
I was thinking.
Paid. He did ask me to kill the preacher. If it's not our thing anymore, you're still paying me, right?
What?
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 I'm not talking to person. I'm talking to
Very
Venari.
far away.
No, I'm not. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
I said,
closer.
Hey, boss. You're paying me to kill the preacher, right? Do I still get paid if your authority gets revoked or whatever?
I'm not going to do anything to revoke any of your authority. I want you to find this person and defeat them. What I'm saying is the events that happen in Arendelle are our business, and we will handle our business, as we always have.
Well, your business as usual resulted in oversight or mishandling that, again, resulted in mass destruction last night. Wouldn't it be better to collaborate with other houses?
They're
I've
working
been
with
eager to get my
Mercury Board.
hands. Yeah, Mercury Mortar is basically just Capcree. It's a house. It's a house. It's Capcree wearing a house skin suit. Make it appear like they are a house.
Well, is there someone more suited to actually investigating these machines? They are
Me.
like the experts, right?
I mean, why not collaborate with other houses? Why, in a battle that, according to you, you had nothing to do with last night, you came in and took all of the evidence, as it were. I mean, if you're trying to sweep it under the rug, you're just piling on more apparent guilty acts.
The only thing that we're trying to hide here is that there are artificial patrolmen that are being created. We can't have this information go public until they are ready for mass production.
You're not doing a very good job of hiding it because we've heard it from like 3 independent sources.
There's rumors. We can't stop rumors from existing. All we can do is prevent any sort of tangible evidence, like, for example, these bodies.
Also, if you destroy the reputation of the Army Patrol, then the public trust in them will go to the toilet. Crime may spread.
If Capri isn't able to make their own guardsmen yet, how did someone else manufacture the technology first? Did they steal it from you and steal your progress and then finish it faster, or what?
That's what we're going to investigate. We'll get to the bottom of this. Again, you can consider this matter solved. I don't want any of this news getting out, but more than that, I don't want anyone to beat us to the punch. If we're able to pull this off, which we very likely will be in the next 5 years or so, this will be so lucrative. More than you could possibly imagine. Think about all of
There
the...
it is. It's the motivation. It's all about the money.
Of course it is. What else would it
Actually,
be?
Well, I mean,
preventing what happened last night from happening again.
I mean,
you
that's
can
not.
do that with any army. It doesn't necessarily have to be artificial army. But I could see some benefits to replacing with artificial patrolmen.
Artificial soldiers that do not mutiny, they don't disobey orders, and they don't care what you tell them to do.
Well, that last part is a little bit of a concern.
Why do you need an
Mhm.
army on a small island like Slaypool? I mean, are we going to invade the continent or something?
Well, no,
They've already done that. Slaypool has already done that to my motherland.
well, that was a war, and it was, I guess, not that long ago.
So what, you're going to use the army from inside Slaypool to get revenge or something? I'm trying to understand why you want an army in the first place. I know it's for
I
money,
don't-
but how do you make the money?
I don't have an army. I don't want one. I don't have one. We are contracting out the technology to create artificial soldiers to places that need artificial soldiers.
I
I
think
mean,
that's
when they
fine.
die, it's not a life that's dying, right?
Exactly.
That's
The
a
only-
really good
The only
idea.
problem is, the control of them and who controls them.
We just make the tools. We don't tell people what to do with them. If they choose to do bad things with our tools, that's on them.
Ooh.
You don't go to a swordsmith and hold them accountable for what the swordsman has done.
Yeah, but the damage a single sword can do is only so much. You still need someone behind it.
He looks at you with like a playful smirk. Tell that to your boss sovereign.
Ouch, that's a hard fucking counterpoint. Oh fuck. That guy killed hundreds.
Again, there's only one sovereign, though.
We
For
can't
now.
recreate a sovereign just like that.
Well, with cloning, you could.
Sovereign can only be in one place at a time. An army of Harmony Patrol.
Sovereign isn't available to the
They're
highest
also not
bidder.
even anywhere near as powerful as
Yeah.
him.
Also, Sovereign isn't motivated by money.
Or now, that could change.
I don't think
If
so.
he goes bankrupt enough times.
And there are people holding sovereign in check.
I really don't think Sovereign would ever make that turn.
There's
Listen.
other houses.
You can look down on the idea of making money all you want, but at the end of the day, we employ 20% of slave pool. At the end of the day, that's 20%. 1 in 5 people that you know has a job because of us. We put food on people's tables. We keep families together. We keep the city working. And the way we do that is by seeking profit outside, and we distribute the profit throughout the city. Look at the explosive growth of Dnieper's Peninsula. Everything that has happened in the city in the past few decades. Things have just gotten better and better for the average person. And let's face it, people love our products. All of the casual things that we provide to people, the warming pads that they use to heat their water, the clean sanitation that we provide with our filtration artifices. All of this is something that happened because of Capcree. You can look down on our methods, but you cannot look down on the results. Our city is comfortable because of me, because of what we do on a daily basis, of what we do well. Let us do what we do.
Speaking of, the Sprawl could actually maybe potentially use some of these said improvements.
Yeah. The city has a new scar based on your work. It's not all sunshine.
And it will be rebuilt.
Are you
You
familiar
will,
with the
of course, be
situation with
covering
the-
all the costs of the damage, right? Reparations to families, repaired homes.
Well, they should have had insurance. Look, I can't be responsible for any of this, as none of it was my fault. If you have any grievances with what happened, take it up with the people that did it.
That's what we're trying to do.
Well, then do it. We each
Fuck
have our
this
roles
guy.
to play. My role is to ensure that my people are taken care of. Yours is to investigate.
Can I roll an insight on this guy? I mean,
You
I think I
can.
know what it is, but am I picking up anything?
Go ahead, roll an insight then.
13. Yeah, nothing.
This guy has this immense sense of superiority that just gets
Oh, yeah.
conveyed with every bit of action that he takes.
Oh, I'm so glad I rolled that then, because I never would have picked up on it.
All right, I'll insight too, but I kind of want to believe him, so yeah.
You've had more interactions with Percy, and you don't remember him being like this at all. The closest to like the Percy that you're regularly dealing with, that you're more familiar with, was when he made that quip about Sovereign. But right now, it seems like he's just stressed out.
That's what I was just about to say. He's stressed and he's trying to hide it behind bravado.
Hey, I know you're making a robot army and everything, but in the meantime, you still need people, right? These guys have a lot of turnover, so if you ever need a mercenary after I get fired, let me know.
What kind of work do you do?
I do sword work. I kind of pat the sword at my waist. Stabbing people, branching out and finding people.
The job interview.
But real good at stabbing.
I mean, we're right here.
And I know how to interact with higher up people, though I don't choose to use that too much.
You know, you look like someone that I'm quite familiar with.
Who's that?
The love of my life. Well, I don't have a job for you
What
at the
is-
moment, but if there's anything else that you'd like to report or you'd like to discuss with me, I am all ears.
Yeah. The
What does Isaac
situation
look
in the
like right
sprawl?
now?
I'm a young human girl with a sword.
Okay.
And like middle class clothing.
Are you aware that the Vox Populi has changed in the sprawl?
No, I don't worry too much about the Vox Populi. It's a superstitious thing, one that
Mhm.
hopefully will end very might
Well, that might maybe be ideal because we're led to believe that the current one is now a lieutenant of the preacher.
Oh, no, I haven't heard of this. Please tell me everything that you know.
So
I think-
Thor has positioned themselves as kind of like a vigilante that's making the sprawl better and has kind of become more
Wait,
popular than
why
the
are we
old one.
giving people info dumps again?
I think
All right, yeah. If anyone
We
doesn't have complaints about what to tell them, I'll just tell them.
Yeah,
no.
I'm against sharing all of our knowledge with them. I mean, if they won't even show us the courtesy to admit even the smallest bit of fault, I don't think we should be showing all our cards.
They're like
They're
the
not-
third
they're-
party that could control the sprawl instead.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
I don't really want to help
They're
the
involved
Outpost.
with this.
To take
somehow.
control of the sprawl. That is an interesting proposition, Venari. I
And,
knew I liked you.
And the idea would be you can come in with a potentially a better reputation than some vigilante. You have some aura of official and a good and like good history of doing things and making improvements. If you came in with that approach, at the very least, you could divide it up a little bit so that way we can target the lieutenant more specifically.
That's a great idea, and actually, I have a follow-up on dealing with this Vox Populi situation, just a way to sort of get their power down,
Like
if you'd like to
delegitimize
hear it. Delegitimizing is one thing. The Vox Populi is something that has power because people believe in it. It's like a fairy or something along those lines. So, I'm sure you're figuring out where I'm going with this.
Nobody thinks it's true, then they actually don't get their powers?
There you go. Which means the logical thing for us to do is...
I don't want to say spread misinformation that is not true.
He just kind of like rubs the temple of his nose. Ah, you are so close. Vonari, you are so close to being able to think on my wavelength, and I enjoy our talks very much. So, what we must do is we must spread the word of the conclave.
They're already doing that forcefully, if you weren't aware of.
No, I'm fully aware. What we've got to do is we've got to triple it. We've got to start putting money into it. First, this will give us an alliance with the Conclave, which is really to our mutual benefit. And most importantly, this will get people to believe in something other than the Vox Populi. It will weaken their ability in the city.
I'm not really convinced that that's, a great improvement, though. The Conclave, for all their purposes, does an okay job, but I think what we really want to do is not replace one ruler with another, but to more divide power amongst several groups.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying let them take over. I'm saying get them in here to reduce the power. Because when it comes down to it, the Templars, what is that word?
Evangelism?
Evangelism.
There we go.
There we go. I'm sorry, I don't speak common very well. I'm a Bruiscanian man at heart. Yes, so if they evangelize in the sprawl, well, this will be much to our benefit here, don't you think? Because it will weaken the ability of the Vox Populi to see us coming. In other words, it will blind Führer of our attempts to de-seat them.
Yes, but we have to guarantee the safety of the other religions. We can't, cultural genocide here.
Of course, it's not like they're going to kill people for disbelieving in the conclave.
Well, I mean, they're Templars. I don't know if that sits well with me.
It doesn't sit well with me either. I don't really care too much for this, but it does seem like the best solution. Unless you can think of a better way to get people to stop believing in hokey folktales about the city having a life of its own.
Anyone else have opinions?
I think I agree. I think we need to bring something. Either it's the Harmony Patrol or the Conclave or both to the Sprawl.
How much leverage do you think we have in negotiations with the Conclave?
I personally, and I will handle this myself because honestly, I respect you and I appreciate everything you've done. Your group is not the most diplomatic, and also you worship a heretical religion. Now, I am on a speaking basis with the Sky Pope, so I can leverage that connection.
Well, what happens if the Church of Alex was legitimized?
Well, if you think you could get the Sky Pope to legitimize the Church of Alex...
I know, crazy thought.
Well, while you do that, if you could put in a good word for Elise.
Well, I would love it for them to fully support all religions.
An Elicist, interesting. What about you, Quiet One? You haven't spoken a single word since we've gotten here.
Oh, myself or
No, the short one.
I prefer to let my actions wait. Hold on.
got him.
Isn't Cal pretty tall?
No, I'm like under 5 feet.
Oh yeah, the opposite of tall. That's what I was thinking.
I'm just kidding. I know who you are, Calcivir Makita. I'm a noble too. Of course I know this. I am a knight of Brewery Scania, and you are a representative of House Adristar. We've done business from time to time. Your family and I. My family.
Do you happen to know how they're doing?
Things are getting rough down there, from what I've heard.
And between you?
I have not had a lot of relation with the country. I've been forced to renounce my citizenship if I wanted to stay here. But
I understand how it goes.
I will always be a knight of Brewery Scania. Anyway, that's enough about me. I just wanted to say hello to the rest of you that weren't speaking. I imagine this won't be our last meeting, so... I am Sir Percival Nightwest. This is Paige. Paige does not speak unless spoken from, I suppose. Paige uses telepathy.
Telepathy?
Yes, telepathy to project thoughts into someone else. Thank you for this. It's like you can read my mind.
It's almost like I can also do that.
That was a little bit of humor that I'm working on. I'm trying to be a little bit less, how you say, imposing?
I appreciate your emphasis that we continue to be on speaking terms, Knight.
Yes.
It's important to connect with the people.
Well, this has been an interesting meeting. I apologize again for the uncouth behavior of my secretary. I will speak to her in private about this. But otherwise, I bid you all adieu.
Well,
And Paige opens the door.
Thank you very much, and I hope we can work this all out.
I'll be back to get my job.
I don't have one.
Right, I'll talk to HR.
Oh, and if you ever need us for roles, we can probably help out.
Talk to the executors about that.
Sure.
I just like to stress this enough because I feel like it was kind of lost in all the stuff that we've discussed. But I do think it is an important point to consider. I really do not oversee the day-to-day operation of Capcree. I'm a big picture guy. There are so many departments that work for me that handle these individual things. I really don't know what they're doing most of the time.
You might want to
So
start,
who
looking
oversees the
into
day-to-day
being a little
about?
more aware of them.
I mean, I know what they're doing in the big picture, but like on a day-to-day, the Harmony Patrol, they don't give me a report every day on my desk saying this is how many arrests that we've made.
No, of course not.
Who does oversee the development of the Harmony Patrol constructs then?
Well, again, that goes with the executors, and they can be found in that building over there.
There's not an executive assigned directly to that development. You said it's a lucrative thing, so surely there's someone overseeing the whole operation.
Well, yes and no. It's not one individual. So the reporting structure is that there's a few people that report up to me, and then they handle broad picture what's going on, but they have a number of people working under them. So the director in charge of that, I will not reveal their name as this is a private operation. I hope you understand. I've given you the information that we're working on it, but I don't want anything else getting out about this. Should you decide to go to the press with this story, you have no evidence and you don't know who's responsible. I am covering my ass, so to speak, to use an expression from the
Yeah.
scroll.
What's
That's
the
become
ranking
apparent.
What's the ranking structure for the Harmony Patrol like? Do they have a chief, or
There's a board called the Executors, and they handle the majority of it. It's a council that oversees things. The Executors all have individual areas that they're responsible for. So each executor is assigned to a certain district. Make sense?
Yep.
Wonderful. Well, if you'd like to talk to them, their building is over there, and that's where you can get your job.
Are we allowed in? Last time we weren't.
Well, you weren't allowed in the executive building, but you should be allowed inside for the Harmony Patrol. And I do recall getting a report that you have visited the Harmony Patrol on a patrol. Fizzell Bang.
Yes. I was hoping to figure out how they operate and help in any way I can.
Well, I hope it was illuminating.
Yes, you run a tight ship, or I should say, executors do.
And you didn't actually tell us about them putting people in private prisons and stuff, right? So I can't actually question him about that.
All right, well, with that disclaimer done with, I do have a meeting in an hour.
Such luxury.
All right, well, let us know if there's any big movements, and we'll do the same.
Will do. If you would, please stop by the 16th floor, door number 6. There is the executive sending wizard, and just have them recognize your face so I can send you communications.
Okay, well.
Beautiful. Oh, one more thing. Sorry, it's tradition. Anyone who comes to visit me gets a grab bag.
Oh, I love grab bags.
You guys get a bunch of Capcree branded merch. It's like socks and stuff with the Capcree logo.
Is there any Harmony Patrol stuff in there? Merch in there?
There's a Harmony Patrol playing card, collectible cards thing, baseball cards for Harmony Patrol members. But they're all wearing uniforms, so they look exactly the same.
Wow.
I can run my forge with this stuff.
just
Maybe
toss
the
the
Waterside
grab
Guild
Or,
can like enter like a research thing with Capri.
I work with these people. I don't understand the soul of artifice. It's
I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but it's not right.
It's better than a sprawl.
As we're heading out, I give this really long, drawn out, like excessively formal, ritualistic sort of bow that's reserved for like between two nobles where one greatly respects the other and sees them as in a great position of great power, and with some like sign language or something like that thrown in.
He responds with the same and then gives a traditional farewell in the language of Hamishorim.
And may the sun always rise.
I want to make a note that I'm not showing my face to that sending wizard.
Okay.
All right,
I do
will,
not
that's
want
fine.
that.
I'll show my face.
I'll also show my face.
They might have already seen my face, but I show it anyway.
What if
And,
there's someone
guess
that looks
try
like?
to remember their face as well.
What if someone looks just like your disguise, Tim? So they end up sending a sending to them.
Oh, I'd have to like avoid that person. That's probably I don't really want to talk about that.
Yeah, I do get sending, so I could prepare it. Just expensive right now. Third level
Anyways,
spell.
I still work for you guys, so I don't have to worry about it until you fire me for the next guy. Like always happens. For some reason, you always have 5 static, and then the 6th person just like gets fired all the time.
What are you basing that off of? What makes
He's
you
just pretending
say
to be like a hired hand every time, but a different one. Right?
Yeah.
Do we think that's odd? All right.
Well, I can dig it.
All right. Very good work, everyone. Next, as the sun
Fuck
is
that
starting
guy.
to go down,
Yeah, what do you want to do?
We're allowed to go to
I don't
the
know.
building. We're allowed to talk to the executors of the Harmony Patrol. I think we should do that.
A lot of these options we've got are dealing with people that I don't think we should be dealing with. You know,
I'm going the
the
Capris
mafia,
route. That's what I'm doing.
Capcree.
I think the Harmony Patrol could be a great help to us in the sprawl.
You got to pick your faction.
Yeah,
Pit them against each other.
but one faction was just responsible for leveling.
Maybe
again a
not.
quarter of city.
Probably.
We care.
So
mostly...
we're to believe that someone not only stole their tech, then improved upon it, something that they can't throw all the money in the world at.
I don't know if
solve?
what I suspect happened is they didn't actually improve the tech themselves. They used the aspect stuff to somehow
Get it
I don't
to
know,
work
do something
better.
evil like put souls in them or some shit.
I mean, the preacher seems to be a shrewd gentleman,
And I bet like Faypool has like some weird copy of everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did figure something out.
Well, as soon as I can get to my shop and investigate these stones, I can probably figure out something. I can probably
That
tell
might
you
be-
something because he said that the problem was with the power source, and for the best I can tell, this black rock is the power source.
yeah.
They said they were using repurposed spell juice, and this is very clearly not that.
Yeah.
Do you want to try to investigate then with the evening turn?
It'll
That's a
take
good
a while
idea.
because I don't want to use identify as part of my thing. But what I've got to do is I've got to go out and buy 100 gold pearl, and then also prepare it the next day. So this is going to be at least a day or 2 days of work.
I think that's a good idea because we need to
It
wait.
would just be a day. I could get it done tomorrow because I could.
Yeah,
What time is it now?
It's the evening.
Can I before we leave Nipris, can I stop by a shop and buy a pearl worth 100 gold?
Yeah.
I figured Nipris would be a good place to do that.
You want to buy a Capcree Pearl?
No, I want to buy a
Does it have the Caffrey
normal
logo on it if you do that?
small business
No, it's inside.
pearl.
It's inside the pearl.
Capri
No.
Pearl gift shop.
Go to a mom and pop brick and mortar store and buy a pearl.
All right.
These are
just do
ethically
that?
sourced pearls.
Did you ever
Is that
tell us
something
about
I
that
can do, no
strange area
problem?
in the park?
No.
Okay.
And intentionally.
All right. Any evening plans, everyone?
So I get that pearl, no problem.
No problem.
I need to go
Okay.
to Faypool and tell the Magpie about a giant army of constructs that are in Faypool.
All right.
Well, I'll do something before I sleep, but oh wait, I guess I have to get closer. I want to get like 1 mile away from that forest,
Got it.
and then I want to spy on where the portal was.
Okay.
Did he say we're allowed to talk to the executors or
There
no?
lands.
You're
Yeah, he
allowed
said
to
I could get a
request an audience. Like, you can get a job, you can request an audience with them. It's unclear, like, how many of them you'll get to talk to, but you can talk to a executor.
Okay. I want to try that if there's time.
All right. So Wielder's getting a pearl. Happy's trying to speak to
Oh,
a
yes.
Cal.
Oh, and before we split up, I want to bring this up to the group. There's something I've been working on that I think could be beneficial to any of us. Problem is, material's a bit costly. It's kind of a protection spell. Make you take a little less damage. But if you want that, I'm gonna need 5 platinum from anyone who ever wants that cast. It costs 100 platinum per thing, but I can cover half of each.
What, do you only need 1?
Nope, it needs to be a pair. So
Oh,
I need to
that's
have.
fucking
I'll
awful.
need to make.
Oh,
I'll
man.
need to make 4 pairs. Luckily, I've got 4 fingers and a thumb. I can keep them all on one hand. But yeah, so I'll be if everyone gives me 5 platinum, I can throw in 20 platinum, and I can make these devices.
Remind me, a plat is 10, 100, or 1,000 gold.
It
10.
is 10 gold, so it is the equivalent of 50 gold.
50.
But it's. I'm specifically going to be asking for 5 platinum coins.
I am pretty sure that I have 50 spare. I think I have 200 spare gold.
Yeah, I'd be broke if I did that, basically.
I can buy somebody else a pearl. Wait, you bought money for res thing. I wish I could purchase money.
Purchase money?
I got the
But you have the
pearl.
thing for
Or are you talking to
Revivify.
Vanari?
Yes. Venari.
Okay.
Do you have Revivify?
I do, yeah.
Do you have a use of Revivify?
That's where
I've got 300 gold with diamonds for it.
Okay.
Or a diamond worth 300 gold.
I pitched into that because I might die. I'm pretty likely to die.
I didn't ask for any money for that.
Well, then I'm buying you a pearl.
Oh.
It's not a.
What?
I don't need a
what's
pearl.
No. I bought the pearl because that is the component of the identify spell. That's I
it's completely
needed.
different.
It's a costly component that I need. I needed a pearl worth 100 gold for identify. What I'm asking for with the platinum is a totally different spell. I'll say it. It's warding bond. Where the costly material component is 2 platinum rings, each worth 50 gold.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have money for anybody who wants it. I can afford, I think, to buy the entire party warding rings. So, if anybody wants rings, speak up.
Yes,
But I
please.
want a ring.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
All right. So that would be, if you're paying for everyone, That's 200 gold.
How much would it be for one ring? 50 gold, right?
50 gold.
I'll throw in my
for specifically 5 platinum
In
pieces.
exchange
It
your
has to
gold
be
for
5
platinum
platinum
pieces.
pieces.
I'll throw.
I
in
want it.
five
I
plat.
want it to be from you. Yeah.
I'll throw in 5 plat.
All right. So that's 5 platinum from Happy, and then is Cal covering 150?
Do both of you want a ring? If you don't want a ring at all, I don't know what the spell does, but maybe the caster doesn't want it. I don't know.
I think the whole thing is he never gets hit in the first place.
I mean, it's
Like,
only
okay,
good on
sometimes-
you because it'll make me have to do less concentration checks to maintain like bless and stuff.
It's always an option for me. It's something intrinsic to my being that I'll always be able to do this.
Yeah, he always has it prepared, so by having the rings at least gives him the option.
Yep. It is 50 gold for an option. That is always there, as long as I have the spell slots.
I'm saving up.
All right, so Isaac does not want a ring. Venari, do you want a ring?
Yes, please.
All
Can I
right,
sell the 5
spending
platinum?
100 gold, that is to say 10 platinum on 2 sets of 2 rings, for a total of 4 rings coming from my pocket.
All right. 3 rings. Well, 6 technically. Happy gave me 5, you gave me 10. All right.
One more time, can you remember me the name of the spell? And then I'm done.
Warding bond.
Warding bond.
Ring of warding bond. Cool.
It's not a ring of. It's a spell.
Oh,
you're adding it as an item.
I'm just adding a platinum ring to my sheet.
yeah.
I'm actually adding it as an expense, but more or less.
You're gonna file it on your taxes.
Oh, this is so cute.
Occupational.
And where you cast a spell, you must touch the material component, which means you have to hold hands while you're casting the spell.
I do not think that is correct.
I think you just have to touch your own ring.
You have to touch the material components, and the other ring is a material component. So you do have to hold hands while casting the spell. It is adorable.
He just casts it on all the rings.
You don't have to
Oh
hold
yeah,
hands
it is
to
a
touch
touch.
it,
It is a touch, but then it's within 60 feet.
You don't have to wear the ring when they do it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, the target must
do.
wear the ring.
For the duration.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep it on. Just wear a ring.
Okay.
Don't worry, you can get engraved with like.
I'm looking forward to all the
Rising.
fan art. The fan art of all our characters holding hands. This is undoubtedly going to spew.
It's not holding hands. It's I touch the creature.
He could touch it, cast it on the ring, then you put it on. I don't think you have to touch.
No, you wear the ring, and if I'm also wearing the accompanying ring, and
Just
I
fist
touch
bump.
you
There
like
you go.
any other touch spell, yeah. There's no extra rules there, and it's just I'm simply touching.
I know what I'm going to be thinking about.
I've got the platinum.
Look, if you want to hold his hand, you can. But it's
Oh,
not a
you
requirement.
can't, because I don't have
You're
a
not
ring.
you're not gonna have a ring though, so no hand holding there.
I'm the only one who doesn't get to hold hands.
Well, I guess it kind of makes sense because you're trying to pretend like you're a different person every time. Why would you have that ring?
He's also kind of aloof.
Oof.
All right. You were able to purchase any components that you're looking for. Cal, what are you trying to do in this evening?
I pretty much was just thinking that I would go back to the site with all of the devastation and see if that's like basically resolved, if it's handled, if there's anything that I can do to help there. Because I don't think anybody else needs any help with any of their tasks.
No, it's not going to be resolved anytime soon.
If you're going there, that'll be close enough to the portal, so I'll go with you.
All right. I'm gonna bring people to you for medical care. I don't know if you can ritual cast, heal 1 hit points or anything. I guess
I can do like prayer of healing and do like an AOE.
Yeah.
Like 6 people at a time.
Well, that's useful. Yeah, I'm delivering blankets. Wait, what? Seasonally? Oh, we're on the coast. That doesn't matter. It's not that cold or warm, but still, blankets. Setting up shelters. Being pretty bad at setting up shelters because I have -1 to my survival checks. Delivering food, purchasing food out of my pocket, and maybe keeping receipts, maybe not. Probably like pick up supplies from the area that we were just in, Nipris, to bring over there. If like I spent like hours helping them out this morning, so I'm aware of a couple shortages in the area, probably. So I bring certain like I don't know lock picking tools or something to help get through. Maybe like a crowbar. I don't know.
Yeah, when we're there, I want to cast Clairvoyance on the portal. I'll choose Vision to start with, just to verify that it is destroyed and that there's nobody around it.
Hey, go ahead and give me a luck check then.
15.
All right. 15. You can see sitting on the back of one of these mechs is Jock Rob, who is eating an apple. There is a restrained member of the watch who is held to a tree next to the place where the portal is. And Jock Rob, with one hand, is just lazily throwing knives at this guy while eating the apple with the other.
And nobody else is there?
Else is there?
Is the portal destroyed or active?
Destroyed. It's been collapsed.
But he's got on Mac. If I switch to sound, does he say anything? The 10 minutes I can listen?
The soldier is screaming like incoherently, and the entire time Jock Rob is completely like nonplussed, not even reacting to it, just continuing to use this guy as target practice. Eventually, about 6 minutes in, the knife damage was fatal. Jock Rob is still practicing his aim here, but the soldier at this point is now dead. Jock Rob finishes his apple about 8 minutes in and steps off, reclaims all of his knives and everything. And then he puts his hand to the corpse and it begins to disintegrate against his hand and is absorbed into his body.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to tell Cal that.
Wait, what did you just see? I was writing in
Mr.
something
Sater
for D&D Beyond.
has a mech, and he was not only playing target practice with one of the guards, but he then disintegrated the body and absorbed it into himself.
That's happening right now?
Just happened, yeah.
A real guard or a RoboCop?
Real one, because it was screaming in pain.
Wait, where did this happen? Is it you're
Right
using
beside the portal.
clairvoyance, right?
I use Clairvoyance, a 3rd level spell.
I thought the portal was destroyed.
It is. Or it still looked like it's destroyed. But I guess he managed
This
to hide
isn't
with
something
one
that
of the
happened
mechs.
like this isn't something that happened earlier today, like when this all happened, is it?
This is when Cal and I are in the destroyed Arendelle region.
Yeah, you're like getting rings or whatever you're doing with your evening, and I'm going and helping actual real people.
Yeah.
This is clairvoyance.
Passive aggression. Yeah, so tell Cal this. Like, what do we do?
Well, first off, holy shit.
It means he's still in the forest. He didn't leave.
It also means that I think that means that they're malevolent, like they're evil. They're not just like some fae that does pranks that hurt people. They like are seriously fucking up. Serious. Holy shit, man.
And he can somehow absorb the dead, which is concerning. And destroy the evidence.
Did you hear them say anything? Do you remember any like phrases, or did they just like do some spells and do some like stabbing?
They were just throwing daggers at him, and he was screaming. They didn't really have anyone to talk to, so.
Well, that's incredible. Who's responsible for keeping the Sears Forest patrolled?
It's not really being patrolled as much as it is like this area. The Steel Hinterland is in charge of it. The actual like patrol or anything, it's not top security right now, but it might be if word of what's happening gets out.
Unfortunately, I have no way to quickly tell anybody important anything here.
Well, okay, so the satyr, doesn't have a way to get out of there. We may not know exactly where they are in the forest, but we do know that they're still there. And since they're there now, and they were there this morning, they're probably going to be here in however long it takes us to go inform the Steel Hinterland or whoever else we should inform. This seems like it continues to be an active problem. However, we have at least hours, if not days.
The closest place is probably Platinum Grimoire to tell. They
Did
could
we ever
probably pass it to Sovereign or somebody.
Did we ever follow up in any serious way with the Silver Shield?
No.
Did we follow up with Sovereign? I believe neither of these happened.
Well, we talked with Sovereign a lot.
Oh well, that one's true, but
we've not heard Silver Shield's side now. I just want to get to someone that has enough magic or good enough magic to then send a message to Saga, I guess.
Oh wait, yeah, this part of the map is. I've thought several times, hey, I want to go talk to the person that does my sendings, but we keep not being.
Where's that in? Where is there?
My sending guy is over in Zalgreb, which is a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah, at that point you may as well just go right there.
Well, I propose that we need to get in contact with the Steel Hinterland at some point.
Yeah. Would anyone in Upper Crown be able to help us send a message? Oh.
Even the Platinum Grimoire would probably. I mean,
they have tons of mages at least, so they'd be able to.
Indeed, they owe us in a sense favor, or at least somebody has an extra spell slot today. I would vote the Platinum Grimoire, I suppose. They have some sort of association with the other guilds, which I hope wouldn't be entirely unfavorable.
Is that what you head out to do?
I'm gonna go tell the Platinum Grimoire this information and ask them to pass it to Saga.
Beautiful. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me, please.
Oh, God.
Wait, which part of the devastation are we?
Somewhere within a mile of it.
So I would have flown to. Let's see. So I flew from here. So I could have gone to Greencrest. I guess we probably would have gone to this side and then be helping on this side, right? This is end of day.
I didn't actually know where the portal was. I just put it in the middle somewhere. It could be wherever.
Yeah, it's closer to here.
Okay. Then yeah, we're just somewhere within a mile of that.
Somewhere within a mile?
Okay. In the devastated area. Beautiful. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me, please.
Are we trying to be stealthy?
I want to use my spells, but I never use my spells. Right. So.
As you guys are walking around, you can see that there are these fake Harmony Patrol people that are in the streets again.
There's fakes?
Very obviously fake. Like, their movements are jerky and unnatural.
I don't have anything else to do with my second level spell slot, so first thing I want to do, I think, unless we're going to get the drop on these guys, which since there's a lot of them, I assume we don't want to fight them immediately.
No, just two. Like, it's just a small amount of guys.
Well, overall, there's a lot, and these two... Wait, Wielder mentioned to us that they wanted...
one.
Should we fight them?
We can take on two, I think.
Do you think we should fight them right now?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Let's fight. Make fight.
All right.
They might be Capri property, but...
Well, I can start us off.
They blew up half a fucking neighborhood.
Yeah, they're here in the inflicted area, so I'm assuming that they're spies that survived.
How many regular people are around Pog?
And the area is currently abandoned.
Oh, okay. Then
the devastated area.
I say, watch this, and I go up to the Harmony people and say,
Wait, hold on.
Are you
with us?
Oh, I thought we're all together. I just assumed we're all together. I don't know.
No,
Just
wait,
evening
sorry.
activities. I don't know where
You
you
said you
were.
were going to visit the Magpie. The two of them were in
Oh,
Arendelle.
we're still on that day. Okay.
Yeah. Vonari, here's one thought I have. Either we take them out fast or we take them out quiet. But I only get one concentration. Do I use silence or do we kill them?
We just killed him. There's no one around. We don't need to be quiet.
I just think robots can make really, really loud noises. I don't really know how robots work. That just seems like
I don't think they're
maybe.
gonna be any louder than the sound of general combat, anyways.
Hmm.
But if we, no, I didn't prepare.
All right. So you guys are going to attack? You're going to get the jump on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make some fight, and I am not going to use any second level spell slots today, even though I could use silence here.
Very good. The two of you begin to fight, and suddenly the camera switches away at the last second, just as you guys are about to run into the fight. Happy, you are going to see the executors.
Oh yeah.
Cool. If you would kindly give me a luck check to see what goes on with that one here.
Cool. Ooh.
Very lucky. The executors are in fact in, and they're currently at the moment not dealing with as much. They've resolved the biggest issue here.
Nice. Okay.
So if you get an audience with them, you would have to find a way to do it, but they would be available.
Okay. Do they have a front desk of any sort?
They have like a front desk that the people are working out of.
Like, do they have like a receptionist? I mean.
Yeah, there's a receptionist there. He's he's a much taller guy. He's a Goliath behind the desk.
Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna do the Stonewall salute. I am here on behalf of Venari Kovat's party. May I have an audience with the executors?
No, it's really late. Honestly, we were about to leave. We close in
Oh,
an hour.
well, I think they might enjoy this proposition I have for them.
It's been a tough day. Okay. What is the proposition? I'll let them know. And which executive
Well,
are you looking for?
that's a good question. Perhaps you would know better about which executive to contact. But
Which
in particular, this
area is this? What is the area?
we
People?
we and I point to the sprawl instantly as soon as he pulls out a map. There is currently no standing force maintaining law and order in the sprawl. There is a group of vigilantes, but I would hardly call them orderly. They act in random and sporadic fashion. Me and my cohorts, particular Venari Kovath and Co., we hope to.
Cohorts and I, but continue.
Venari and I and my friends of the Stonewall, we hope to eliminate these pawns. Not eliminate these vigilantes. Sorry, and eventually clear up room for a Harmony Patrol garrison.
Very good. I'm sorry, it's just been this entire day. It's been hell. They called me into work 2 in the morning. I've been here all day.
Ah, I see.
My name is Julius, by the way. Happy, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Julius.
Huge. You just see this giant gray-handed Goliath guy. Really bald. Looks like Kratos, like just yoked. He's wearing like a what appears to be like the same uniform as all of everyone else wears, but like a cloth form. So it looks almost like a cosplay of it, but it's a lot more formal looking. It's a really interesting suit. The guy reaches out his hand to shake.
I shake his hand.
We had some directive to expand on that area from Sir Nightwest, and he did give Telgrab an additional 5,000 platinum in the regular budget. So, I'd be glad to get you in charge. His name is Executor Telgrab, by the way. It's the one in charge of the sprawl.
Okay.
Just as a warning, Telgrab is a little frightening to behold. Try not to make a big deal of it.
All right, I'll try my best.
Very good. All right. He leads you into the room. You just see this incredibly tired-looking guy, just finally about to clock out. He was called in on an emergency. He's been working on this whole time. And he takes you up to a room where you can see Director of Sprawl, Executor Telgrab. And he just kind of like bows to you, walks away.
I knock on the door.
Who is it?
Greetings, sir. I am Happy Fizzlebang with the Stonewall. I believe I could be of assistance with your efforts in the sprawl.
Come in.
I open the door and give the Stonewall salute as I come in. Sir.
As you come in, you see a 7'8" lion person who's wearing he doesn't have a helmet, but he's wearing the rest of the Harmony Patrol uniform, and he has a two-handed claymore that has like a split in the middle of it, upon which like a glowing energy blade continues out, and he's got that on his back.
He has materia. Oh, damn. All right. There is, well, I suspect you've done some preliminary research on the sprawl already, so you know that there are vigilantes acting in that area.
He nods and he sits down, putting this sword on the ground. As he does, like the sort of energy blade portion goes away. He sits down and he's got like this plate of raw steak that he's eating. Yes, go on.
Me and my friends of the Stonewall, we hope to eliminate these vigilantes, and I personally hope that that would give you enough breathing room to establish a garrison there.
Very good. Yes, that would be exceptional. Steak.
If there's any sort of any specific
Steak.
goals you haven't. Oh,
do you like steak, little cat?
Sure. Yeah. Do you have? Are you offering?
He cuts off a piece of like this raw steak and gives it to you.
Happy takes it and eats it, or takes a bite out of it. I'd imagine like a little piece for him is like a big piece for probably Happy.
This guy has like huge steak, like the kind of steak where it's like if you eat it all, you get it free, and then no one actually does.
Nice. So, as part of our efforts, maybe we could take some Harmony Patrol with us.
Likely. And I'll tell you why, little cat. The public in the sprawl dislikes the money that comes in from Capcree. They think that we're here just to serve a profit.
Oh, yeah, I know better.
They believe that they can police everything themselves. Every time we've tried to expand our efforts in the sprawl beyond just a cursory investigation work or as detectives, they attack us in the street. I've lost many men to the Mafia there. To get a detachment in the sprawl would be a dream come true. To crack the skulls of those that have attacked my comrades. To feel their bones beneath my teeth.
Happy's gonna like slam a fist on the table. I agree, or like slap the table, sort of.
He slaps the table again and like breaks a hole through it. Damn. I'll need another table again. My table budget's getting a little tight. You're a good cat, Happy, though your name is a little unorthodox. Are you Vishashi, Biome, or are you Leonin like me?
Biome, although I will say the Happy name comes from Tabaxi tradition.
Betsy, huh? They're flighty, but they're good folk. They don't know what it means to run a pride, however. I consider all my men family. And I make sure that when we eat raw meat. We don't cook it. We like the blood. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, as any respecting Leonin would.
Like you're missing the point. If we're going to take over the sprawl, we're not taking over peacefully. Not after what they did to my family.
Agreed. Whatever is
Good.
necessary to bring order.
I was worried. I had heard rumors that the stone wall were cowards, afraid to take the lives of criminals.
No, not in the slightest.
You are always welcome in my office, little cat. I will have a raw steak waiting.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I will send word to your office. You work at the stone wall?
Yep, that I do. Pawn Happy Fizzlebang.
Good. I'll make sure that you get informed of our efforts, and when it comes time, that will be perfect. Now, with that said, you mentioned something about getting rid of the vigilantes.
Yes, I believe they, before the Mafia, may pose the first hurdle. They would, of course, stop us and help the Mafia.
Then,
So,
let us know when you've taken them down. This will clear the effort for us to move in.
perfect. And let me know when you are moving in. I would like to help on that front as well.
He reaches out his paw to shake your hand. He's got really sharp claws, but he's like holding them back to avoid hurting your hand.
I shake his hand.
He gives like a roar of appreciation, and you just feel like the raw meat smell is just overwhelming.
Happy tries her best to roar. She just ends up hissing a little bit.
He laughs. All right, you've befriended Executor Telgrib.
Feels good, man.
What have you gotten
Telegram.
us into?
Hey, man.
We're gonna take it with violence and blood. I agree.
Yeah, that's perfectly in line with us who do mostly non-lethal everything.
I think there's two different. I think there's two different gamer score achievements. One of them is for befriending, and one of them is for seducing.
It's
Yeah, so
Dishonored,
we
right?
just gotta make sure we save before we go to either one, so we can go back and do the other achievement.
Exactly, yeah. It's
All
about
right.
time we were more assertive, right? We've been getting clowned by Fim and stuff. It's about time we changed something up.
We're getting clowned by everyone.
You do be getting clowned, though. Not gonna lie.
It's almost like we're almost nobodies talking to the most important people constantly.
I mean, here's the thing, though. You are working your way up there. Like, you do have some pretty high-end relationships at this point. You're becoming players.
Just remember, if you ever think we're nobodies again, our first bust was a capo.
Let me just say this. If anyone calls you guys nobodies, let them know that you do have a heart.
Oh, we should have known that before we talked to the receptionist.
Of course. You can't talk to us
All
like that. We have a heart.
Well,
All right, finally,
My friends are my power.
last but certainly not least, Isaac.
Oh, hello. I'm here.
You wanted to report something to the Magpie.
Yeah, I guess I'll head into one of the portals near my house. and head to like where one of the Fey conclaves are for the Feather Step. And I'll just kind of like wave at everyone and say hi to the people I know.
There's a bit of an uneasy situation going on here, and someone hands you a staff and then points up to the magpie.
Thank you for the staff.
They nod. They're like a rock golem with like moss growing on them.
Do I know why I need a staff?
They point out to the magpie and they just nod.
Okay, well I'll see you soon.
Pound their chest in affirmation.
I'll head up there.
Ah! The time has come.
Hello, Magpie. I see we're short on the hellos and how to do this today. What time is here now?
Caw! I believe that the people from the material plane have began to perform war against the Fae.
Yeah, I'm actually here to talk about that. There was a satyr in Slaypool who brought a bunch of constructs into Feypool through a portal. Is that what you're talking about?
We have seen their army, and we are ready to march on them with our talons drawn.
I spoke to the satyr. He said that he wasn't planning to do anything in the Feywild, but I don't really believe that because he brought an army in. Are we doing this now, or can you wait long enough for my friends to get here? Well, I guess they don't know about the Feather Step, so...
They will be past our territory soon. We must attack while we have the opportunity. I am loaning out bits of my collection here so that we may attack them. And
you got anything in the gun category?
Point to the staff that you have.
It shoots bullets?
It shoots fireballs.
Okay, I'm in.
Magpie flaps its wings, and you can see like smaller magpies from the flock come by. What's the group of magpies? Is it a flock?
A murder. That's
crows, right? A parliament. A parliament of magpies. So some members of parliament come flying by. Like the magpie, they're huge, and they pull you on their back. And now you have like an on-rail shooting section with this staff.
Sweet. How many fireballs are loaded in the staff?
The staff has like 5 fireballs in it. I don't think like the particulars, like the combat, matter too much. This is just like a drive-by, like you shoot some guys, they're flying by type thing here. I don't think you're in any danger, right? Like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself like little wings, by the way, and pretend to be like a fey creature.
Cool. So you can see other people as well are like flying by and just shooting at this army of constructs, and they're getting destroyed, blown out, and just fought through. It's like hit and run guerrilla tactics as this army is trying to desperately march out of the Fey territory that the Magpie controls.
How many are left? I don't know how many escaped into the Feywilds. I know there were 200 originally, but has the number increased since last night?
The number has decreased quite a bit. There's like 30 of them by the time you get there. And judging the staff being like low on charges, you get the sense that this has been going on for a while.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna like put a few fireballs like right into the center of the concentration and see how they get like knocked around and snipe them whenever they group up.
Let's do this like this. Just make some dexterity range attack rolls, even though fireball technically doesn't call for it. We'll just say that's like you trying to aim the fireballs while being carried by a bird that's grabbing you by your back.
Okay. So that's 1d20 plus 7, assuming I'm proficient.
Also, I've never seen you touch a magic item other than a bullet.
Yeah, just roll 5 of these here.
Oh, good thing these are constructs, right? So I'm not going to be killing them because they're not alive.
Yeah, congratulations. By saying these words, you have gained 1 piety. Had you not, you would have lost 1 piety.
Oh, good. Hey, I'm up to 4.
Congratulations. So these are some good rolls here. You destroy the majority of them, and there's only like a few stragglers left.
Hell yeah. And I guess take me down closer. I want to use my my other gun. And I pull the musket out.
The magpie like throws you up in the air and then grabs like the staff in its beak and then picks you back up again as you pull out the musket and brings you in closer. You can finish off the remaining 4 using 4 bullets.
Drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword. That's my character.
All right.
Okay. I'll gladly cost 5 bullets for that.
It's 4 bullets. 4
4.
bullets.
Okay.
So you defeat them, and then the magpie flies you back. When they make the video game adaptation of Bustan Fate, this is going to be everyone's favorite level. The FPS segment out of nowhere.
The on-rail shooter.
Only in the remaster, because in the original port, the frame rate is so low.
All right. The magpie sees that you've been returned. You get dropped off back in its nest. The member of parliament drops the staff back in the magpie's collection. And the magpie looks at you with pride in its eyes. You get the sense that you've gained reputation with these guys. You've done them a favor, and they will respect you for it.
Can I high five the magpie? Just like go in for one of the wingtips.
Yeah, one of its feathers is the size of your arm. So
Hell yeah.
you high five a single feather.
Well, that problem was solved a lot more efficiently than I thought it would be. We make a good team.
All right.
While I'm here, I just want to ask you a little bit. It seems like someone's trying to collect me, Milo. You remember him, right? Do I have to be worried about being added to his collection, or do you think he'll be cool?
Oh! Milo came to me asking for permission to involve himself with you in his business. Caw-caw! Unless Milo has lied, he has sworn that he would not do any violent actions towards you. You can rest easy.
Oh, well, that is really good to hear. Thank you. Well, until next time.
All right. So, with all this, Wielder, you finish your purchase. You're on your way home.
Mhm. Yep.
Vonari,
Got some work to do.
What's going on?
They're framing Capri during a war on a Fae.
Vonari and Cal are up into this war here. They've got a fight that they're going to do. We've got Happy, who has just made a little bit of a suspect connection here with one of the executors. And finally, last but not least, our best friend in the whole wide world. Everyone, let's give it up for Isaac, the star of the on-rail shooter. I think this is where we'll end our session for today.
Ooh, a cliffhanger.
So I was messing around with trying to get stuff onto D&D Beyond when Cal and Venari's stuff started. Where did you come across the 2 RoboCops?
They're in the destroyed sections.
And then that's all that happened? Then you were...
Yeah, they're about to fight, and I'll handle the fight next session here.
Okay.
Yeah, we did clairvoyance. We were like, oh, holy shit. We started walking toward Platinum Grimoire. I don't think I handed out many blankets. I think we figured this out pretty quickly. Because you were like, yeah, I'm going to pray. And then
Yeah, because they look like they might be survivors from the fight. And since the satyr is there in the forest, he might have sent them out to go gather information or spy or whatever. So taking them out and getting you some evidence to look at might be helpful.
Yeah. I'm really curious about this power core. And then yeah, if you guys want, you could send me what you want the rings to look like. I'm just gonna make plain rings. That's what mine are gonna look like. But
Figure most
if you want
people-
some more ornamentation on it, I can do that. I asked specifically for platinum because I'm going to use those platinum pieces to make the rings.
Yeah.
I'm gonna melt them down, forge them into rings.
Pretty neat. I was gonna ask Pog to put down a dot where we're having this fight, but they're not here.
All right, I will see you guys next Saturday with the 21 of Bustan Faith. I'll see you guys then. Peace.